Eagles. I'm Joe Bowling with you. Live audio broadcast coming your way on a Friday night. Those that are listening in, stay with us. You'll be able to watch the game in its entirety about an hour after the game concludes. Evie Vasquez on my left-hand side. We're in the press box. A beautiful night for football, Evie. And two teams who are getting ready for district play get one more test, and both looking to head in the same direction, and that is upwards and out of the losing column in football games.
Of course, and again, I don't think you could have chosen a better Week 4 game than to be here at Thompson Stadium. You know, you have two teams whose records really don't really show what they've got in their bags completely. You know, you have a 1-2 team in Hanna, and you have a 2-1 team in Sharyland who could have easily also been, with a better record again. But then you face a McAllen Memorial team who again, has just been dominating themselves. So again, Great atmosphere. It's unfortunate we can't put it on video, but again, we're blessed to be here, and we're expecting a very, very good night for football.
So you'll get a radio version of this broadcast tonight. That means when you're watching it on video, I'll be talking too much, but that's okay. As the way we go with the broadcast. The coin toss taking place. Sharyland actually won the coin toss and defer, and they'll elect to kick the football off to start this ball game, and we'll be going from the south end zone towards the north. The Hanna Eagles will be going left to right as we're looking at it here out on the Richard Thompson Stadium turf. And the breeze is blowing across the field, so it really doesn't give an advantage to either team in the passing game, but yet the Rattlers wanted to protect that end zone first, and more importantly, maybe they just wanted to take a look at Victor Campos and the Hanna Golden Eagles offense first and foremost. They'll get a chance to do that. Both teams waiting to arrive on the football field. We'll take one quick break, and we come back. We'll have the opening kickoff from Richard Thompson Stadium in Mission, Texas. Evie Vasquez, I'm Joe Bowling. This is Rio Sports Live. We are back here as the Hanna Eagles take the field first. We're waiting for the arrival of the Sharyland Rattlers. As usual, there's a big crowd on hand on the home side, so the Rattlers have an opportunity to take advantage of that. Let me run over some Hacienda Ford keys to the game. My keys to the game as far as looking at this one is the Rattlers are going to have to show that they can score some points. This Hanna team is not a team you're looking at. You're going to shut them down or shut them out. And so the Rattlers, first and foremost, are going to have to get the offense in gear and not fall behind as they did in the game against McAllen Memorial, my last broadcast game here. Secondly, their defense is going to have to, you're not going to stop him, you're going to have to contain the big plays of Victor Campos, and that is a huge key to the game on our Hacienda Ford keys to the game. Meanwhile, on the flip side, the Hanna Eagles, one key to the game is you're going to have to finish the deal. They've been in so many close ball games, lost in such heartbreaking fashion, but the realistic part of it is coaching staff has looked at these players and said, let's finish it. Let's get it done. Let's get to the finish line with a win, no matter what it takes. And the secondly is, can you go up and down the field against this Rattler team, make them play catch-up football? And Victor Campos and company certainly capable of doing that. And our keys to the game, sponsored by Hacienda Ford out of Edinburgh, Texas. In the market for a new car or a used car, Edinburgh, Texas, Hacienda Ford is your stop, assisting us greatly in broadcasting the game, and proud to be part of the broadcast of the high school athletes and athletes in general across the board. Evie Vasquez, your thoughts right before the kickoff.
Right, and again, I think you touched on it and you hit the nail right on the head. You know, you're going to have to be able to contain Campos. And again, it was a very impressive week for him last week. You know, a lot of people think that he can just use his arm, but no, he can actually, get the ball himself into the end zone with his legs. And the thing is that he was a balanced player last week where he actually got into the touchdown twice with his legs. He used his tailback and he used himself to get into the touchdown with his legs, and then he went to the air once for another touchdown. So again, he's a balanced player, and they're going to have to hope to contain him.
Kickoff by the Rattlers is a deep kick inside the 5, fielded on the right side. They'll bring it out to the 10 for the Eagles, now staying on the right sideline to the 20, out to the 25, to the near 30-yard line on a return. Nice job staying in bounds. Ryan Trinidad, one of the playmakers for these Eagles, and decent field position to start the drive.
Great blocking there by Hanna. Great way to start. They'll have great position for the first play of the game.
Campos, we've documented him so often we've had a chance to broadcast a couple of his games. And Evie Vasquez, coming into the season, he was touted as maybe the best quarterback in the Rio Grande Valley. His statistics are certainly capable of proving that.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago when we saw him against Vela, he would make things out of, basically nothing at times, and that was what was most impressive. He was able to actually find his guys, at the right times.
First down for the Eagles, and they'll just run it off a right tackle, going right up the middle. Short yardage on Brandon Robles, the junior's first carry of the ball game. And they'll do that too. They'll see if they can just probe the defense. They catch you loading up the box. Victor Campos will go play action and step back and deliver some kind of bomb downfield. First possession of the ball game. I didn't start the clock. I'll try to get it going here and try to catch up on the fly. Campos wants to throw over the middle. That's caught. Trinidad, first down and more in the secondary. Takes on a tackler. Got to the 46-yard line of the Sharyland Rattlers. And that'll be an 11-yard gain, a completion for Campos.
Sharyland starting off with his own defense. Again, trying to see if they can contain and keep him away from his receivers and see what he can do with his feet. Campos in reference, so we'll see what happens here.
First drive of the ball game, the Hanna Eagles in Sharyland territory. Campos on an option, hands it off to Robles off the read. Takes it left side, turned it upfield, got a yard, then got thrown backwards. Defense was there to contain that play.
Again, as I said, they're coming out with his own defense, and again, they're looking to make him put the ball in the ground.
2 carries now for Robles. We're already at the 10-minute and 30-second mark here in the first quarter. Campos out of a shotgun on second and long. Tries to draw him off sides. There are penalties on the play. Look like the offense may have jumped, Evie.
Right, it looks like it, but we'll see what they call. On the offense, yes it is. That'll move him back a few yards.
So a 5-yard penalty against the Hanna Eagles. Takes the ball back to the Eagles side of the field. That's been there. The 46 is now back to their 44. I misread that. I'm not at the 50. I'm at the 40. I better get my facts straight here on the broadcast. Campos wants to throw. Slings it. Left-hand side. Completed. Down the sideline and out of bounds, but not before Josiah Myers makes a catch and gets a first down.
Yeah, Miguel Garcia giving those receivers a lot of space to move with, so that was just enough space to get past that first down marker and move those chains.
2 completions now for Campos out of the gate. He's 2 for 2 for 27 yards. I'll get this clock right yet. You watch and see. Campos now takes it, keeps it himself, running right-hand side, wrapped up quickly. Good containment that time by the Rattlers. First guy there to hit him was Lupe Trevino, the senior offensive lineman, or outside linebacker.
Yeah, the Rattlers brought 2 on that rush, so they were able to get to him right before he got to more yardage, just to pick up about a couple.
Second down for the Hanna Eagles. This is the first possession of the ball game. Here in the first quarter play, Campos on a long count. Drops straight back to throw. Here comes pressure. It collapses the pocket, and down he goes back at the midfield stripe.
And that's exactly what happened. They brought 4 Rattlers this time, and they were able to get to him.
Rattlers with the sack. Campos dropped back at the 50-yard line. So that's going to bring up, mark him down at the 49.
They're really mixing it up with this defense. They're giving them different views of this defense. They're not just sticking to one. So that's going to be key here tonight, and see if they can keep them uncomfortable in the pocket.
Third down play for Campos. Drops a deep drop back, steps up in the pocket, fires it left-hand side complete. Myers on the catch. He's short of first down yardage, gets back to the Sharyland 35, and now 4th and 4 coming up for the Hanna Eagles.
Can you say composure, and that's one thing that Campos got a lot above some of these other quarterbacks in the Valley. His composure, he can't just, even though he was just sacked this previous play, he comes right back and he's almost down for that first down marker again.
Needed 16. The Hanna Eagles got 12. Now they're going for it on 4th down, and they won't get it. Running play to the right side, and the Rattlers get the stop defensively.
And that is big. That is a huge momentum, and they feel it. The Rattlers are feeling it right now as their defense comes to the sideline, and they're looking for their offense to make something happen here early. If something's going to happen for the Rattlers, it's got to be early. They've got to give the first punch. If you ask me, they got to be able to stop this high offensive Eagle team, so you got to be able to score yourself.
Now the question is answered that you sent me a message about earlier today. Benjamin Valdivia is in the ball game, and he looks to be healthy and ready to go. Out of a shotgun formation, turns, runs an option on the read, hands it off up the middle. First man through, got a yard, nothing more.
Again, the Eagles sending a few to rush the line this time, and they were able to stop them at the line of scrimmage.
Ball carrier that time was Damian Pruneda, but short yardage on the gain.
You know, and I sent you that text message earlier because I couldn't find any stats on him last week when we talked about this Rattler quarterback. So, we'll see what he can do here tonight.
No gain for Pruneda. 2nd and 10 for the Rattlers. They want to throw. Swing it right-hand side, completed. Spinning forward, out across the 40. Now down the sideline he may go. Kevin Chavez, foot race. They won't catch him either. Touchdown, Rattlers. There's a penalty back in the back part of this, so hang on.
It might be because it was a screenplay to the halfback here or to the outside receiver, and the thing is that maybe on that sweep is where they're going to catch him because that flag is back in the backfield, so it could have been early. We'll see what they call.
It was a beautiful move by Sanchez, and then down the sidelines, but all that running is going to come back as this penalty will be called against the Sharyland Rattlers.
Yeah, beautiful sweep there, but, I think it was a little bit too handsy. They're going to get him for, it looks like a block in the back.
So the biggest play of the game thus far is a penalty flag that results in a loss of a touchdown for the Sharyland Rattlers. It also pushes them back to 2nd and long. It's now 2nd and, call it 13 from their own 35-yard line. And now you got to see if you're the Rattlers, if you can overcome that adversity as they run the ball here.
Nice quarterback keeper there by Valdivia as you get about 3 yards away from the first down marker.
Got it to the 44, so 3rd down coming up for the Rattlers of Sharyland. Good gain that time by Valdivia, 3rd and a manageable 4. First possession for Sharyland of this football game. Excuse me. Shotgun for Valdivia. Swings a pass right side. That's caught. First down yardage out across the midfield stripe. Pitch and catch to Manuel Cantu, one of his favorite receivers.
Yeah, and that was not a full blitz there, but they sent several Eagles on that defensive possession, and it cost them. That gave the Rattlers just enough space to get that pitch and get the first down.
Valdivia has completed the pass. It's first down for the Sharyland Rattlers. He'll hand it out. No, keeping himself. Running right-hand side, hitting the backfield, and down he goes. They did not fool. It looked like Brandon Estevez, or is that Hector Baron?
I don't know if that was Tyler Pham as that I saw there. But again, whoever it was, no Eagles were fooled here on this play, and they were able to stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd down, and after a loss of 1.5 yards, call it 2nd and 12 for the Sharyland Rattlers. Their first possession of the game. They have it in Hanna's side of the field, if by just by 1 yard or 2. They'll run a play right-hand side. The Eagles are right there to shut that down, maybe a 1/2 yard on the gain.
Yeah, this is the second possession back-to-back that they go man-to-man defense here, and the thing is that it worked for them twice already, and they stop them again, if not at the line of scrimmage, right behind it. So, again, no gain, as it'll be 3rd and long for the Rattlers.
Ball carrier was Damian Pruneda again, but he never got to turn upfield. Got close to the original line of scrimmage here, but Pruneda ready to go. Takes a snap, drops back. Now Valdivia gets rid of it, and he has a man underthrown, though. He threw it where Pena could stop on a dime and catch that ball. Could have been a first down, incomplete pass.
Yeah, luckily Julian Soto had his back to the ball. If not, since it was underthrown, it could have easily just been returned the other way with an interception. But again, underthrown, and that'll bring up 4th down as the punt team comes out for the Rattlers.
So each team has the football once here in this first quarter. We're already halfway through it. And the Eagles of Hanna will drift 2 men back to return a punt. Ryan Trinidad stands at the 18-yard line. Again, the wind is blowing across the field from the visitor side to the home side here at Richard Thompson Stadium, more so than any other direction. So it'll affect a ball kick, but not necessarily in the up and down variety. Trinidad calls for, drops a fair catch. Now there's a loose football. Hanna may have got back on it. If they did, they just got a break.
I think that's 50-50. We'll see who came up with it. If it's the Rattlers. It looks like it's still the Eagles. Yeah,
The
they're
Eagle
gonna Eagles will
football.
recover. Yeah.
Heads up play by Ulysses Zertuche, who was there to recover that fumble. That would have been disastrous for the Hanna Eagles. And now their offense comes on the field 91 yards away, or check that, 89 yards away, as the ball spotted just on the 11 of the Eagles.
Yeah, your offensive choices here for Campos will be interesting. You know, do you go straight to the ground, or do you go to the air to get better field position?
Campos has completed all 3 of his passes, 3 of 3 for 39 yards unofficially. He'll run it, and a running play off the right side, upended though. Ball carrier Homer De Los Reyes. But a short gain on the play as the Rattlers right now are taking care of the running game.
Yeah, they really are. And the thing, like I said, they're mixing up their defenses, and they're giving Campos, different views of their defense. And again, they might be sending, 3 or 4 at a time, or they might be, zoning it up on the Eagles. So Campos is getting a variety of defenses here.
De Los Rios did gain 5. Now Campos wants a bundle down the left sideline. That's an incomplete pass, and here comes a penalty.
Yeah, they were asking for that flag, as soon as they were contact, and they got it. So we'll see where they mark it.
Campos had a receiver down that left-hand side. That was Josiah Myers. That was a timing play in which he was going to throw it for Myers to run back in the middle of the field, but the defender impeded the progress to get to that spot. And that stops the clock here with 5:18 left here in the first quarter. But a first down for the Hanna Eagles. Drive that started back around their 10 now moves all the way out past the 30 on a 15-yard penalty. All right, Evie, I'll make sure I drink this. She brought me a Powerade. I went and bought M&Ms. There's health and then there's non-health. First down play here for the Eagles. 5:18 left here in the first quarter play. Second time that Victor Campos and company have been on the field. And he'll, on a play action, swing a pass on a receiver screen, looking in the direction of Alex Gracia, but nothing doing.
Yeah, Gabriel Martinez, the defensive end for the Rattlers, in time there to kind of stop that timing by Campos. He would have had an open, receiver here on the far right to his far right. But the thing is that this defensive back was able to put his hands up and delay that pass, and incomplete.
After hitting on his first 3, Campos misses on that. Second down and 10 now for the Eagles of Hanna. On a read, he'll roll out, buy some time, now fires it over the middle, and it's a drop ball. Making an adjustment on that was Sabian Arsenault. He had real estate to run if he hauled that in.
Yeah, credit Ethan Garza with that quarterback rush there, and able to make Campos hurry. And again, he almost made something out of nothing happen. Again, his Campos, and that's one thing about this Hanna Eagles. They trust their quarterback, and that's very, very big when you talk about team chemistry. And the thing is that a lot of times that's what's gonna bail you out, and that's how this kid Campos can make a lot of things happen, even when the play looks broken.
Third down for the Eagles, and Campos rolls out, left-hand side, being chased, sees the pressure, steps through it, stays on his feet for a moment, gets hit, past another defender, gains 2, but they bring him down.
Yeah, again, Guerra there again to finally get him down. He must have evaded about 4 Eagles before he's finally, chased down and caught by Guerra as he's brought down. And it's a 4th and about 6 to go for the Eagles, and they'll decide to punt.
Hanna Eagles back in punt formation, so their offense has been held in check. 2 different drives. Rattlers of Sharyland will get their hands on the football. Kevin Chavez back to return this kick. Stands on the left-hand side, about his own 30. Another return man back on the right side. Campos is the punter, so you always have to be conscious of what he's going to do with the football. He will kick it. A low, wobbly kick. Takes a bounce on the right sideline and out of bounds at about the 38-yard line of the Sharyland Rattlers, and their offense back on the field. You got to like the defense and what they've done so far.
Yeah, and the thing is, again, and just before I talk about this defense, that was a pretty bad kick there by Campos, and the thing is that it was a high snap, so he really wasn't able to get the timing that he wanted. And again, going back to these defenses, going back to what I said earlier, I don't think you could have, chosen a better week 4 game, these two defenses. And we knew it was going to be about the defenses coming in because we know that these two teams have offense. So can the defense play well and stop the opposing team's offense? So, again, we're late in this first quarter and no one is yet to score.
No score on the game. A running play for the Rattlers to the left-hand side, and that is shut down. 3 defenders there for the Hanna Eagles, and they absolutely sealed that deal.
Yeah, I don't think I can give credit to one player on that one. Poor kid with the football. He had 4 Eagles on top of him, and all he saw was the stars as he went down.
Anthony Ambriz, Julian Soto. Also, the safety was over there, Diego Escobar, and there were more. There were more Eagles on that play than there were not. Here's a running play as a quarterback keeper out across the 45-yard line. And quickly 3rd down now for the Sharyland Rattlers.
Yeah, and great play there on 2nd down, and that was a really, really big 2nd down that they just converted on. And at least now it's 3rd and about 5 or 6 yards to go. And after that, those first couple of first play wasn't good for them.
3rd down already, though, for Valdivia. Sends a man in motion right to left, takes a terrible snap, has to lose the ball. It's fumbled. Looked like he got back on it.
Yeah, it looks like he did. And again, he had somebody in motion, and when he tried to do that fake handoff, it looks like there was too much contact and caused him to lose the grip on the ball, and luckily he was able to land on top of it. And again, now quickly 4 and out for the Rattlers, as they'll have to kick away now to the Eagles, as you'll have 2 Eagles back to return at the 20. Back to return for the Eagles will be number 12, Ryan
Trinidad ready to return another punt. The kick is a wobbly kick on the left-hand side. It takes a bounce out of bounds at around the Hanna 30, maybe just inside of that. Call it the 29. That's where the Eagles will take over. We have additional broadcasts going on tonight. PSJA Memorial taking on Brownsville Veterans. That's at PSJA Stadium. Westaco against Harlingen South. That's at Bogus Stadium in Harlingen. That game's being broadcast. Donna against Palmview. That one's on live. Brownsville St. Joseph taking on Raymondville. That one's on live. I'm not done. Rio Grande City taking on Mission Veterans. That one's live. We're all over the valley tonight, Evie Vasquez.
That's a doozy, too. Not to put shade on anyone else, but, if you really want to talk some good football, what's going on in Rio Grande City with that new coach, Leo Mireles, coming in and what they've been able to do to start the season. And Mission Vets, the big question, what can they do without Big Landry as a quarterback? So that's a big doozy over there, too. And again, week 4, we're at Thompson Stadium. Can't get bigger than this.
Running play, no, a pass play. That's incomplete as Victor Campos tried to hit Trinidad on a quick hitter over the middle. Stops play with 2:27 to go here in this first quarter at play. Campos now, after hitting on his first 3, have missed on his next 3. He's now 3 of 6 in the game for 39 yards. Offense tough to come by thus far in this ball game. Campos rolls out, left-hand side, jumps, throws, completed, but nowhere to go. Sabian Arsenault caught it, but he had a defender right there.
Yeah, no, and one thing, please don't be mistaken, as we said earlier, it's not that Campos hasn't been doing much this game. They haven't allowed him to do much this game. The Rattlers are really quick with their corners. They've been able to, give up space, but just as you saw there, when he even tried to make the corners bite, you got the secondary defense right on this next play. So he tried to make something, work as he tried to draw in the defense, and it still didn't work. These Rattlers are very stingy tonight.
Campos wants to throw, hesitates. Now he fires it left sideline, and what a catch! Inside the 40, down to the 35-yard line. Highlight reel, Josiah Myers.
And again, Myers with those great hands. Talk about hands and strength and composure. You're probably going to get hit or go out of bounds, and just those great hands. And again, it comes down to trust, that chemistry between your quarterback, and again, something out of nothing as Campos hits his receiver, and they pass midfield, and they edge into the opposing team's touchdown.
Sometimes a quarterback even looks greater when a receiver is able to make a catch like that. Man in motion's Trinidad. Handoff up the middle. This time a little room, and across the 35 to the 33-yard line goes Brandon Robles on his 4th carry of the night. Campos now 5 of 8 for 81 yards in the ball game. That's unofficial stats. I'm trying to do about 5 things here, flying this plane at the same time. So I always throw that out there. I do my best with these stats.
We do what we can.
Campos on 2nd down. Call it 8 yards to go. Drops back to throw again. Has time. Fires it left sideline. That's incomplete. Looking back in the direction of Myers.
Again, the Rattlers bringing 3 that time towards Campos. And, that believe it or not, that kind of rushed him a bit. And he was able to, and he underthrew his receiver. Intended receiver. Stops
the clock right at a minute left on that Mission game. No score. Rio Grande City against Mission. That's Mission Veterans, by the way. Third down here for Campos and the Hanna Eagles. Hands it off to Robles on a draw up the middle. Upended as he got inside the 30. That's short of first down yardage, maybe a half yard shy. We'll take a look at the spot.
Yeah, credit German Wu with that big hole down the middle that gave the Eagles, that space to get close to that first down marker. And again, credit that big block there.
Robles now gets him within about a yard, right at a yard to go. Campos stays in the game, directing the show. Under center, takes it, leaps over, reaches the football out, and now it is fumbled. Now it's picked up. Robles on their carry, takes it inside the 15. Let's take a look at this and see what they call. They may call him down or maybe not, Evie.
He might have came back down, but again, what do you have to look at, elbow or knee? And again, I think he was still on his feet when he came down, so that if you ask me, that's a live ball.
I think they're going to call him forward progress stopped.
Okay.
What he did is you'll be able to see it on the video. He elevated, got the ball, reached it way across what looked like the first down. Then when he landed, he tried to do it again. And then as he was going down, he reached backwards and threw the football down to the ground. And that's when Robles picked it up. Now, it was backwards, so it's not necessarily a pass. But at the same time, there's a lengthy discussion going on by these officials.
Yeah, talk about, having a hard decision to make here. Do we give them those inches? Because, again, this is going to be a big decision because of the fact that it's now fourth down. So, again, we'll see what the officials say.
They'll give Hanna a first down, saying that or will they? They first indicated it was Hanna first down, and now they do back that up. So Campos, in essence, reached across, got enough for the first down, and then the fumble occurred, but they said it couldn't be advanced. Forward progress had already been stopped. Maybe the last play of the first quarter. Campos running left-hand side, tries to turn the corner. There's a penalty behind this play. And that'll stop play with 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. We'll sort out this penalty. Normally, that's a hold.
Yeah, it's in the backfield somewhere, so might be against the offense here.
Raymondville up 14-7 over Brownsville St. Joseph. That's in the first quarter of play. Still no score. Rio Grande City and Mission Veterans. CC Wynn and Pearsall locked up in a Freddie Heredia broadcast over there. Pioneer Brownsville Rivera, that's a 7-3 game with Rivera on top of Pioneer. Now the penalty marked off against the Eagles. If I'm counting them, that's 8 games we're broadcasting tonight. Not too shabby.
Not too bad.
October 17th is our birthday on Real Sports Live. We'll be live at Sam Stadium. I told JR this morning I'm bringing a birthday cake. I don't care if I'm the only one that celebrates it. We'll start year 3. Can't believe it. Clock running down. Eagles are going to let it go, and that ends the first quarter play. Evie Vasquez will come back and talk about it. No score. Sharyland and Hanna. This is Real Sports Live.
Thanks for watching Real Sports Live. Thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Real Sports 5, number 1.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Hi, we're Lady Vikings, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for low prices? It's a Hacienda party.
It's football season at Hacienda Ford, and you can get a new Ford Expedition with 20-inch wheels, leather, navigation, and more for $12,000 off MSRP.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Back here, second quarter begins with a quick pass play. Victor Campos nearly was picked off that time by the Rattlers, and second and long coming up.
Great protection by Campos there. He just overthrew his receiver. But he had plenty of time. Be careful when you give this kid plenty of time like that.
Second down now for Campos and the Eagles. He'll drop back to throw, has some time, rifles it over the middle, and Trinidad can't reel it in. He drops it inside the 20.
Right, he put it right between the numbers in his chest, and he just couldn't come up with it. Great pass there. Unfortunate.
Mission Veterans goes on top against Rio Grande City. They lead 7-0 in the first quarter. Here we're in the second quarter play, scoreless ball game. And Campos has had a couple of drop balls here in this first half. He's 5 of 10. Wants to throw again, being pressured. Spins a couple of times, stays on his feet, gets away from a tackler. Now he has a lot of room to work with. Directing field or traffic downfield. Finally gets rid of the football, and it's picked off by the Rattlers. 40, 35, the 50, the 40, down the sideline, 35. They'll call him out of bounds. Interception, though, for the Rattlers.
Yeah, I don't know what Campos was seeing there. There was no Eagles around that defensive Rattler. So we'll take a look at the replay once we come back, and you guys can see it after this game. But, again, there was no Eagles, no receivers or anybody to intended receivers as the Rattlers pick it off, and they cross midfield, and they're in business as we start here early in this second quarter.
He was directing traffic all the way downfield and just literally threw that into a trio of defenders. He misread that all the way, and that was nearly taken to the house by the Rattlers of Sharyland. Interception, though, a turnover. And the Rattlers now will try to get this big crowd behind them as Valdivia and company start a drive in Hanna territory. Man in motion is Manuel Cantu. Keeper now on the right-hand side. This is Pruneda with some room. Makes a move at the 25 and gets down to the 23-yard line. First down for the Rattlers, and they are indeed on the move. That's a 22-yard gain.
Yeah, they're in business here to early on in the second quarter, as, again, two big plays to start off with. First an interception, and then the first play after they pick it off, they gain some massive yards as they're inside the 25.
Valdivia sets him down, takes a snap, fires a pass left-hand side, completes it to Manuel Cantu, gets inside the 20 and ridden out of bounds around the 15. That's a 7-yard gain. Second catch of the night for Cantu. Valdivia hasn't been exactly electrifying in the passing game, but 2 of 3, 17, that's effective. And now they call it first down, it's second down. About 3 yards to go from the 15-yard line, a red zone possession for the Sharyland Rattlers.
Eagles looking to man up here.
They'll run and get to Valdivia. What a play defensively underneath.
Right, and the thing is that the Eagles only brought 2, but out of those 2, one was able to get through that line and get to the quarterback quickly.
Brandon Estevez in there to make that stop. And now third down. Call it 6 yards to go for the Sharyland Rattlers, trying to capitalize off the turnover by the Hanna Eagles. Valdivia. Play clock down to 15. He's ready to take the snap. Long count now, takes it and hands it off. Running play right side. This is going to be short yardage on Andres Bonilla carry, and now fourth down coming up for the Rattlers.
Yeah, that'll be about what, 40? About a 30-yard attempt if.
About a 37-yard.
37.
They'll mark it down somewhere around the 27, and they immediately bring the field goal team in. Now Benjamin Valdivia is the holder. That's your quarterback. Gavin George, right-footed kicker from the right hash mark, trying to put the Rattlers on top here. Kicks it away. It's a line drive kick, but it won't get there. Still scoreless. Back right after this.
Real Sports Live.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Back here as we continue coverage. 9:16 left here in this first half of play. Pass play for the Eagles. Campos completes it Short yardage gained across the 20-yard line as he finds Arsenault.
And actually, Joe, they're going to count it as a no catch.
Incomplete pass?
Yeah, thank Sebastian Hinojosa, the defensive back, who was able to get there just before he came up with the catch to interrupt it.
So second down, another incomplete pass, and Campos now 5 of 12, just 81 yards and 1 interception. Drops back to throw again. Here comes pressure. Gets away from that. Looks now over the middle. Tipped and nearly intercepted. Making a play on that was Sebastian Hinojosa. He'd like to get that back.
Yeah, and it looked like 3 times the play was going to be broken. One, the Rattlers able to send 2 people, and one almost got to the quarterback. And then, again, Campos throws it. He hits a defensive back here again off his hands, and it almost goes into a cornerback's hand for another interception. So the play looked like 3 times it was going to be broken.
Luis Gonzalez was back there. He could have had it on the tip drill. Play on the ball made by Sebastian Hinojosa. Campos facing a third down. Quickly takes a snap and nearly was picked again. He was on a different page of a receiver and a quick 3-and-out for the Hanna Eagles.
Yeah, and we saw this a couple of weeks ago when when we covered this game against Vela, Hanna against Vela. Again, we talk about this timing with Campos. At times this is where it kind of seems like he's just a little quick, to get rid of the ball, and it cost him as the kicking team is on the field for the Eagles, and there'll be 2 Rattlers back to return at about midfield, so they'll get very, very good ball or field placement here to start.
Field position will be critical here for the Rattlers. Snap is important. They'll get it back in the hands of Campos. He'll deliver a high booming kick, knuckleballing out across the 45, fielded at the 43. Right side now with some room down the sideline, 40, 35, 30. One man to beat to the 20, taken down inside the 20. What a return by Kevin Chavez.
Yeah, credit Edgar, I don't want to mispronounce his
Zertuche.
name. Yeah, Zertuche. There, if he wouldn't have caught up to him, he had the whole field in front of him and the whole end zone to himself. So, just there at the end.
Penalty flag on the return now as we're looking far back upfield out across the 40-yard line of the Hanna Eagles. Usually that means a drive that would have started down around the 20 is going to start back maybe even across the 50-yard line. Back in Rattler territory.
Joe, and, not to go off a little bit off topic, but the thing is, with all these penalties, it kind of reminds me of this past Sunday, in the NFL, or should I say last night, with last night when I saw all these penalties, and you even had Tom Brady, talking about all these penalties that are going on. So it doesn't seem like a play could happen in full extent here, and before there's a penalty somewhere.
Mission Veterans now up 14-0 in their game. Keeping track of that one. First down play now for the Sharyland Rattlers. Benjamin Valdivia has to start a drive at his own 35 instead of the Hanna 20. Long count, drops back to throw. Here comes pressure, sets up a screen pass, and he threw it behind Daniel Pena.
The interesting about that play there, as 3 Eagles were easily able to get through that line, and if he wouldn't have gotten rid of it, about a second before that, he would have been on the ground with this ball.
They baited him up for the screen pass. They let those linemen come barreling through there, and then it's up to the linebackers to make that coverage happen. In this case, the pass was behind Daniel Pena, so no chance for the Rattlers to gain any yards out of that play. 2nd and 10 for Valdivia from his own 35 from the right hash mark. 3 receivers on the left-hand side, sees pressure coming up the middle, swings a pass left side. It's covered nicely. Open field tackle made. Cantu on the catch. Eagles right there to cover that. Looked like that was Ramon Reyes, maybe?
It looked like it.
Or 28. Ulysses Zertuche again.
And the thing with this offensive choice there to go with that close pitch, the Eagles were all over that.
So just like that, third down for the Sharyland Rattlers. Valdivia talking things over with the back in the backfield. Standing to his right-hand side. Drops back to throw, has protection, delivers a ball downfield. Caught inside the 45. First down, nice catch by Manuel Cantu.
Yeah, Manuel Cantu with great hands again, giving his back, at one point, and then he turns around and he finds the ball and nobody else around him, so he's able to bring that in as they cross midfield, and the Rattlers are in business again. We'll see if this time they can make it happen, as we're almost to the near halfway mark there in this before halftime.
They'll run it this time on a jet sweep. Kevin Chavez tries to bounce it outside on the right side. That's a short side of the field. He gets to the 40, so gains 4 on the play.
Yeah, it's a pickup about 4, and the clock won't.
Stops.
We'll
The clock
stop
was
here.
7:53 to go here in the first half. No score on the game. The Rattlers of Sharyland have had the better opportunities to score points here in this game, as they had a red zone opportunity and then missed a field goal. They've held this Hanna offense in check so far. Valdivia keeps it, barrels forward, got around the 38-yard line. That's 3 yards short of a first down. Third down coming up again as the drive continues.
And again, both teams, when we talk about the offensive side, trying to mix it up a little bit. They've been going to the air, and it's been working for them. So we'll see what the offensive coach for the Rattlers decides to do here.
Third down for the Rattlers. Damian Pruneda checks in the game. Meanwhile, Kevin Chavez lines up as a slot receiver on the right side. Joining him over there outside right is Emiliano Hinojosa. They keep it back there for protection. Man in motion is Chavez. They'll hand it to him. He gives up ground, turning left-hand side, will not turn up field. Open field tackle made as Diego Escobar blew that one up.
Yeah, and when you talk about, right side, of this Eagle defense, they were able to switch real quick. And again, it was a man in motion, so they were able to not get confused and, again, stop him. And it'll be fourth down as they'll kick away, it seems like.
Well, looks like their offense may stay on the field. It's fourth down and 7 from the Hanna Eagles 41. Valdivia may drop back and punt. He does stand in shotgun formation.
Mm-hmm.
Play clock down to 8. Tries to draw him offside. May have done so. Free play
That's
coming
right.
up. They blow it dead.
That's right. And I was about to say that as soon as you were right on it. And again, that's exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to draw them offsides, and it looks like he might have caught him.
They jumped off sides enough to make contact. Otherwise, it would have been a free play for the Sharyland Rattlers. That's when you can see some truly big plays open up when the quarterback gets that free look downfield with no concern about an interception. In this case, once the defense jumps and makes contact, they blow the play dead immediately.
It'd be 4 and about 3.
Now it's 4th and 3. That was not enough for a first down, but manageable for Valdivia and the Rattlers. Empty backfield for Valdivia. Takes a snap, runs left-hand side. Stretches forward. Got close to first down yardage. We'll take a look at the spot. It's going to be real close.
Real close. If he was able to maybe fully extend his arm, he might have gotten it. We'll see what. No, they're going to say it's not.
Eagles say no, so do the officials, and the Hanna Eagle defense gets a stop and hands the ball back over to Victor Campos and the offense. Offense has been hard to come by tonight. 101 yards for the Hanna Eagles, just 81 for the Sharyland Rattlers here in the first half.
Yeah, most of these yards coming in the air for both teams.
Campos, 5 of 14, 81 yards. Of the 101 yards for the team, that running game just hasn't happened yet for Hanna. Campos now on a read, hands it off. Penalty play on this one. This one's probably coming back. Would have been enough for a first down as Omer De Los Reyes on the carry, but that's coming back.
Yeah, again, early on it looks in the backfield, so again, against the Eagles.
Long conversation by the officials. Reminding you, fans, we'll be having the game available on a video replay. You'll also see some highlights. I'll be able to play some highlights at halftime. I think the fans enjoy those as much as anything. We'll take a look here as they march the Eagles back to their 30-yard line. Penalties and just good defensive plays, and then some questionable throws here in the first half by Victor Campos. Compile all of that together. No offense to show in the game for the Eagles and nothing on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, the Rattlers have had good field position to work with, just can't turn it into points. Campos wants to throw. Ton of time. Now he's pressured. Here comes a lot of pressure, and down he goes back inside the 15. Rattlers all over him.
Yeah, one of the only few times that they were actually able to catch up to him, seems like, and they made him pay. That'll be a big loss for the Eagles.
Want to remind you fans, we can't have the video live on Fridays. I would love to. I've got fans asking me, hey, can you fix the video? I'd love to fix the video. I can see it. It looks great. And you'll get to see it later on the replay. But the live version, UIL rules have pulled the curtain. They have for years, and they still do it. We play by the rules. Pass play for Campos. Looking for a bundle down the left-hand side. Up for grabs. Incomplete. And now an awkward land that time for Josiah Myers. He gets up. I wouldn't have.
Yeah, that looked kind of scary, and I was about to say, that's the last thing that they need, one of their top receivers to go down, and the thing is that he kind of hyperextended it as he was able to land awkwardly.
Ugh.
Yeah, that looked scary.
He's trying to walk it off. He bounced up, and I would be planted right there on the field. Just come on and get me. Let's go.
You and me both.
Hey, we had some cool video this week as we broadcast some 8-on-8 flag football. I don't know if you got to see any of that. That was some cool stuff with some guys that are my age and more out there competing. Running play now for the Eagles. Cross the 30, 35-yard line. They get most of that lost yardage back on the best carry of the night for Omer De Los Reyes.
Right, best carry for either team probably. I mean, we'll take a look at the stats a little bit closer right now. But anyways, the great blocking by the Eagles.
But not enough for a first down, and so the punt team will enter the field again for this Hanna Eagle team. And one of my keys to the game, our Hacienda keys to the game, was can the Rattlers contain this offense and give themselves a fighting chance for that offense to not be pressured to have to get in a scoring outright shootout. High snap. Campos gets to it, gets the kick away just in time. Knuckleballs at left sideline, and good field position again for the Sharyland Rattlers to start a drive. I've been saying that throughout the entire first half.
Yeah, and the thing is, again, it's not that we have to give big credit to both defenses, that never give up or that big heart defensive mentality, that football mentality, and hasn't allowed either offense to do anything. Again, they've had their chances. Both teams, they've had their chances. This defense that on both sides have just been stingy tonight.
I chuckle at some of the fans saying, audio is no good, we want video. Well, I spent 30 years in radio before I got into this video stuff, and I sat on the edge of my seat on many of radio broadcasts when that's all there was. First down play here for the Rattlers of Sharyland. Bad snap. Valdivia gets to it, fires the ball up for grabs, left sideline. That's incomplete. Tried to go cross the field. No way in the world. As Julian Soto, the defender, had a better chance of catching that.
Right. Eagles sending a whole bunch of their defense for the quarterback and almost cost them, but can't come up with it.
Send a shout out in the direction of Miriam De Los Reyes, who's listening to the game, saying Hanna deserves visual. All of these games deserve visual. If it were my decision, it would be all the time. It's not. I have to play by the rules dictated by the UIL, which says video no on Fridays. Tomorrow night, remind you San Benito fans, you'll get a video coverage of your game as they're taking on Laredo United. Thursdays and Saturdays, we have a lot of fun with our video broadcast. On Friday nights, we have fun. You'll get to see it a little bit later on.
Later on, that's right.
Third down play for Valdivia as this drive quickly is developed into a third and long for the Rattlers. Valdivia drops straight back. Here comes pressure, throws it over the middle, incomplete.
Yeah, big play here.
And here comes a penalty late.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see what they call here.
Will Patterson was the intended receiver, and it's immediately when the ball sailed over his head, he reached up as if to say, hey, I was held. Now, meanwhile, I talked about pressure. Valdivia was drilled as he delivered the pass, but I don't think he took the worst end of the hit. One of the Eagles appears to be down. We'll hope he's okay. We'll take a quick break. This is Real Sports Live.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
Located in the historic downtown district in San Benito is Main Street Boutique. A perfect stop, great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone. Main Street Boutique in San Benito.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Back here as we have 3:42 left here in the first half. And a first down, as that was a defensive hold call against the Hanna Eagles, so the Sharyland Rattlers offense stays on the field. Valdivia now operating from his own 48, sends a man in motion. That's Chavez, going to keep it himself, running across the 50 into Hanna territory, thrown backwards, but that's a good 6-yard gain for Benjamin Valdivia.
Yeah, great gain as they cross midfield. And again, he hasn't been able to keep it himself too much and gain too much ground, but when he has, you know, he's been able to get his feet going and cross that line for a few yards.
Fans, I want to remind you the next big event in San Benito is tomorrow night, South Texas Music Festival. Be sure you attend that one. A lot of fun, a lot of music. Running play for the Rattlers out across the left side. That's enough for a first down. First carry of the night for Luis Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez there, you know, picking up that first down. And again, they might just have enough time to see if they can get in the end zone.
And most of this half has been played on the Hanna side of the midfield. Rattlers back there again, operating. This time they'll hand it to Chavez. He tries to turn left. He'll gain maybe a yard. Stays in bounds as he went to the wide side of the field. Kevin Chavez on his third carry of the evening.
Rattlers
no gain.
Rattlers still have all of their timeouts left. We'll see if they utilize some of them before the end of the first half. 2:34, 32, 2:30 remaining here in this second quarter.
Valdivia waits for the snap. Long count now on second down. Drops back to throw. Has some time, makes a man miss. Now he's going to run, and he has some room. Dives across the 30, got a first down, and then it looked like a penalty maybe. That's an 11-yard gain nonetheless.
Yeah, that's enough for a first down, and that'll stop the clock. Wait, correction. No, yeah, it'll stop the clock.
Stop the clock long enough to move the chains, and then they'll decide whether he stepped out of bounds or not. And it appears as he did. Now they do crank up the clock, and away we go. Just inside the 30 of the Hanna Eagles. Valdivia on that carry now has 32 yards on the ground, leading rusher in the ball game. Drops back to throw here, has protection. Now pocket collapses, tries to get rid of the ball, does, and it's caught. How about the catch by Luis Gonzalez inside the 10-5, touchdown Gonzalez.
And that's it. If there's no penalties, that is enough for a score there. If there's no penalties to bring it back. But again, another broken play would seem like, and the quarterback, you know, Valdivia able to get rid of it just before he hits the ground and find a receiver, number 4, Manny Gonzalez, as he'll walk into the end zone.
Luis Gonzalez catching it in traffic and then turning on the Jets to take that for the 30-yard score for the Sharyland Rattlers.
Correction there, yeah, that's Luis. I was looking at the Hanna roster.
I've done that before.
They have Gonzalez, so we got half of it.
Extra point is good for a 2-point conversion, and the Sharyland Rattlers are up 8-0. Kickoff coming up.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Bring it back here. Our audio coverage continues on a Friday night. Here from Mission, Texas, it's Richard Thompson Stadium, home of the Sharyland Rattlers and also home of the Pioneer Diamondbacks. Rattlers score first to go up in this one. Other scores, Harlingen South trailing Westaco. That's in the second quarter, 21-7 your score there. Meanwhile, Brownsville veterans all over PSG Memorial, 28-0 in that one. Here, 8-0 Sharyland on top. 16-7 La Jolla Palmview over Donna. That's in the second quarter. 35-7 Raymondville is taking care of St. Joseph tonight. Here's a kickoff by the Rattlers. To the right side, returned by the Eagles out across the 25 to the 30. Bouncing it outside of the 35, giving up some ground, staying on his feet, no. Across the 35, now to the 40-yard line, 41-yard line for Diego Escobar. He just kept churning upfield.
Yeah, he must have changed direction about 3 times until finally he was able to find some room to run. And, again, he'll be close to midfield with good position with about a minute 31, with 1:31 remaining before half.
Pioneer leads Rivera 18-7, reminding you we've got the Brownsville-Rivera game on Thursday night coming up, live video. That's a moved game. La Feria Lions will get a chance to be showcased on one of our live broadcasts on a Thursday night, meaning live video. Pass play for Campos. Swings it. Got a pass completed left-hand side. Room after the catch down the sideline into Rattler territory. Nice move that time.
And a prime example here by Joshua Myers, as it's not what you do with that when you first initially catch the ball, it's what you do after you catch it. And again, he was able to get by one defender. He picked up just an extra 10, 15 yards just by evading that first tackler.
27-yard pitch and catch from Victor Campos to Josiah Myers. Myers now 4 catches, 96 yards in the ball game here in the first half. And meanwhile, the clock stops. Minute 21 left here in the first half. Campos wants to throw. Gets away from pressure, gonna run down the left sideline, got some room, 20-15, 10-5, Victor Campos to the house.
Victor Campos answering right back, great touchdown, and just in time, right before halftime, to go ahead and not go into the locker room shut out, and that was one of the biggest concerns, in my mind, were they gonna be able to actually get on the scoreboard before the end of the first half, and they answered it. Campos using his feet again, and this is a very balanced player, and he's showing why.
From literally no offense to a bang, 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 a 3-play drive in the end zone for the Hanna Eagles. Was that 3 or a 2-play drive?
I don't remember, but again,
2-play drive.
2-play drive,
Completed
and this kid is
pass,
just special.
And then Campos. Trinidad to kick the hold for the extra point for the Eagles. Snap back, ball down, kick up, long, high, and good. 8-7 ball game. Rattlers with the lead, and they'll get the football back. They'll also get the ball to start the second half. Back after this.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Back here, a kickoff by the Eagles. Rattlers on the return out across the 20 to 25-yard line to the 28. We went from no offense to bang, bang. Both teams score. Evie, 8-7, minutes 4 left here in the half. Rattler offense, do you get conservative here, or do you open it up knowing you get the ball to start the second half?
Well, again, you're going to start at about your own 30. So, again, I just kind of – if it's up to me, if you're asking me what I would do here, I would see if I can get a big play to start off this drive and can go from there based on what I can get out of this first play. we'll say what I can do the rest. Because, again, we only have 1 minute. They do have three timeouts remaining. They got all their timeouts remaining, so this will be a big first play.
You know you're moving up the ladder on color commentary when I start throwing it at you and asking you what if. First down play for the Rattlers of Sharyland. Benjamin Valdivia can't get the snap off, and a penalty comes raining in. I think they had to delay a game. They do.
Yeah, as he's talking to his receivers and getting after him to say, hey, you all got to be ready. You know, once that snap is in my hands, you all got to be ready to go.
8-7 ball game. Well, we documented this so much last time we had this Hanna team on. Their losses this season have just been outright heartbreaks. They're a 1-2 football team, could easily be 3-0.
That's right, and you know this. Earlier today, I was looking at some of their stats, and you know the games that they've lost by a total of 6 points, and as few as 1 point at one time against Vela when that extra point just didn't go through for them, and then they missed that field goal to win it at the end.
Timeout on the field. We'll be right back.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
We want to thank New York Life for being one of our new advertising sponsors here on Real Sports Live. I counted about 27 different businesses now have joined in on the mix. This is a long way to go. Rattlers gain 9 yards on a carry as we resume play here to close out this first half. Valdivia now throws a pass. That's a dangerous pass. May have been picked off. Incomplete. Or is it? No, intercepted. The Hanna Eagles do get it.
Yeah, it looked like Julian Soto, that defensive back, was able to get it just right before he hit the turf.
Official gave an odd indicator that time, almost like he was trying to put his whistle in his mouth and use the other hand to indicate either possession. It looked like he was more so indicating an incomplete pass, nothing doing. So now Victor Campos back on the field. Valdivia picked. And time for the Eagles offense. 36 seconds left here. I have my clock running. I'll fix that. Campos on first down. Drops back to throw. Rifles at right sideline. Incomplete. Looking for Ryan Trinidad.
Yeah, Trinidad twisted there. As, if he would have had to turn outside, he would have been able to have full access to that pass. But he was able to cut inside and no luck.
Stops the clock. 32 seconds remaining. Campos, again, it's been an uneventful night in the passing game. He's 6 of 16. Normally he could put up some prolific type numbers. Wants to throw here. Over the middle. That's picked off. Second pick for the Rattlers, and on the run, here comes Sebastian Hinojosa to the right side. Got a block. Makes a man miss. Inside the 30, Rattlers take over.
Yeah, Luis Gonzalez, there with great hands again, showing his ability there as he's able to go ahead and return it just in time with 18 seconds right before we go into halftime again, and they're inside the 30.
Rattlers' second pick of the half. Tackle was actually made by Victor Campos, who had to run over, and otherwise that was going to be 6 points for Sebastian Hinojosa. Reminding you fans at halftime, if I do my magic right, you'll get to see the highlights of the first half. They have not pulled the curtain down on that. TV stations run highlights all the time. You see people on Facebook, even though Facebook is going completely live with some of these games. Our curtain is pulled, and we'll, again, stay within the guidelines. Valdivia wants to throw. Pressured, now steps up, gets rid of the ball, underthrown, incomplete.
He had a, intended receiver that time for the Rattlers, number 11. Kevin Chavez.
Stops the clock with 12 seconds left here in the half. 8-7 game. Rattlers missed a field goal from 37 yards in the first half. If they had to kick one here, it'd be every bit of 45 yards. Valdivia keeps two backs for protection. Drops back, sets up a screen, nearly picked off, incomplete.
Great hands there as Ernesto Gomez was able to pat that ball down, and was able to just tip it down.
Stops play with 8 seconds to go in the half. Valdivia and the Rattlers. You might get 2 more downs out of this if you get a quick hitting completion to the sideline. They'll still have timeouts remaining as well. Valdivia drops back to throw, waits. Maybe the last play of the half. Gets rid of the ball, looking in the end zone, and he threw it away with, there was 1 second to go, but they let the clock run to zeros. Welcome to halftime. 8-7 your score. Sharyland Rattlers and the Hanna Eagles. Locked up in a good game, separated by just a single point. As we've reached the halftime mark, they've got 12 minutes on the clock. That's going to change. The bands will arrive. We'll have the halftime show. Evie and I will run down some stats. We'll also show you the highlights. This is Real Sports Live.
Hi, we're the Lady Diamondbacks, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce. Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-Up, 3-Down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
Nava with Westaco East High School. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Hi, we're PJ Lady Bears, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Go!
The kids are headed back to school. It's time to get internet from VTX1. VTX1 Companies offers fast and reliable internet throughout the Rio Grande Valley, even to some of the most remote areas. For a limited time only, get your standard installation at no cost to you. Start the school year off with a service provider you can trust by calling 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
Hi, we're the Lady Wildcats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito.
The ball game Here in the first quarter play, Campos on a long count. Drops straight back to throw. Here comes pressure. It collapses the pocket, and down he goes back at the midfield stripe.
And that's exactly what happened. They brought 4 red marker again.
Needed 16. The Hanna Eagles got 12. Now they're going for it on fourth down, and they won't get it. Running play to the right side, and the Rattlers get the stop defensively.
And that is big. That is something, work as he tried to draw in the defense, and it still didn't work. These Rattlers are very stingy tonight.
Campos wants to throw, hesitates. Now he fires it left sideline, and what a catch! Inside the 40, down to the 35-yard line. Highlight reel, Josiah Myers.
And
he's on his feet, gets away from a tackler. Now he has a lot of room to work with. Directing field or traffic downfield, finally gets rid of the football, and it's picked off by the Rattlers. 40, 30, the 50, the 40, down the sideline, 35. They'll call him out of bounds. Interception, though, for the Rattlers.
Yeah.
Snap is important. They'll get it back in the hands of Campos. He'll deliver a high, booming kick. Knuckleballing out across the 45. Fielded at the 43. Right side now with some room down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. One man to beat to the 20. Taken down inside the 20. What a return by Kevin Chavez.
Yeah.
Talking things over with the back in the backfield. Standing to his right-hand side. Drops back to throw, has protection, delivers the ball downfield, caught inside the 45, first down, nice catch by Manuel Cantu.
Yeah, Manuel Cantu.
Campos wants to throw. Ton of time, now he's pressured, here comes a lot of pressure, and down he goes back inside the 15, Rattlers all over him.
Yeah,
Drops back to throw here, has protection. Now pocket collapses, tries to get rid of the ball, does, and it's caught. How about the catch by Luis Gonzalez inside the 10-5, touchdown Gonzalez.
And that's it. If there's
chance to be showcased on one of our live broadcasts on a Thursday night, meaning live video. Pass play for Campos. Swings it, got a pass completed left-hand side. Room after the catch down the sideline into Rattler territory. Nice move that time.
And the prime
Campos wants to throw. Gets away from pressure, gonna run down the left sideline, got some room, 20-15, 10-5, Victor Campos to the house.
Victor Campos.
He could put up some prolific type numbers, wants to throw here, over the middle, that's picked off. Second pick for the Rattlers, and on the run, here comes Sebastian Hinojosa. To the right side, got a block, makes a man miss, inside the 30, Rattlers. The first possession of the ball game. Here in the first quarter play, Campos on a long count. Drops straight back to throw. Here comes pressure. It collapses the pocket, and down he goes back at the midfield stripe.
And that's exactly what happened. They brought 4 marker again.
Needed 16. The Hanna Eagles got 12. Now they're going for it on fourth down, and they won't get it. Running play to the right side, and the Rattlers get the stop defensively.
And that is big. That is something, work as he tried to draw in the defense, and it still didn't work. These Rattlers are very stingy tonight.
Campos wants to throw, hesitates. Now he fires it left sideline, and what a catch! Inside the 40, down to the 35-yard line. Highlight reel, Josiah Myers.
And
he's on his feet, gets away from a tackler. Now he has a lot of room to work with. Directing field or traffic downfield, finally gets rid of the football, and it's picked off by the Rattlers. 40, 30, the 50, the 40, down the sideline, 35. They'll call him out of bounds. Interception, though, for the Rattlers.
Yeah.
Snap is important. They'll get it back in the hands of Campos. He'll deliver a high, booming kick. Knuckleballing out across the 45. Fielded at the 43. Right side now with some room down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. One man to beat to the 20. Taken down inside the 20. What a return by Kevin Chavez.
Yeah.
Talking things over with the back in the backfield. Standing to his right-hand side. Drops back to throw, has protection, delivers the ball downfield, caught inside the 45, first down, nice catch by Manuel Cantu.
Yeah, Manuel Cantu.
Campos wants to throw. Ton of time, now he's pressured, here comes a lot of pressure, and down he goes back inside the 15, Rattlers all over him.
Yeah,
Drops back to throw here, has protection. Now pocket collapses, tries to get rid of the ball, does, and it's caught. How about the catch by Luis Gonzalez inside the 10-5, touchdown Gonzalez.
And that's it. If there's
chance to be showcased on one of our live broadcasts on a Thursday night, meaning live video. Pass play for Campos. Swings it, got a pass completed left-hand side. Room after the catch down the sideline into Rattler territory. Nice move that time.
And the prime
Campos wants to throw. Gets away from pressure, gonna run down the left sideline, got some room, 20-15, 10-5, Victor Campos to the house.
Victor Campos.
He could put up some prolific type numbers, wants to throw here, over the middle, that's picked off. Second pick for the Rattlers, and on the run, here comes Sebastian Hinojosa. To the right side, got a block, makes a man miss, inside the 30, Rattlers. The first possession of the ball game. And so that's a look at your halftime highlights as the marching band continues to perform here on the field for the Hanna Eagles. 20 minutes on the clock. Hope you're enjoying our halftime break. Reminding you fans that we've got additional broadcasts coming your way, as tomorrow night we'll have a live video broadcast from Laredo. Make the trip over for the San Benito Greyhounds taking on Laredo United. That should be a interesting matchup between those two teams, and we're excited to be bringing you coverage of that one live. Tonight it's audio only. You get to see the video replays there. At least you got to see some highlights, and you'll get to see the entire game at the conclusion of this one. We'll take a break. Thanks some of the advertisers that are bringing you this game, including Hacienda Ford, one of our title sponsors in the market for a new car or a used car. Then Hacienda Ford in Edinburgh, Texas is your place to go. Also, one of our primary sponsors is the South Padre Island. The island signed on with a monumental contract as far as our growth goes yesterday afternoon. And we'll be unveiling some of the details on that, but they are truly assisting us greatly in broadcasting these games. Without the title sponsors of Hacienda Ford, South Padre Island, without BCIC, which got it all started, I'm not sure we would be looking down the barrel of our third year, which will kick off on October 17th. I did the numbers. We're over 12 million minutes viewed now in 2 years and some change. And we've broken records every month on the number of minutes viewed every month since we started over the time before, including already here in September. Last year, we had reached 600,000 minutes viewed on our social media platforms of Facebook and YouTube by the time the end of September came around. Coming into tonight's game, we were already over 700,000 this month, and that's with all these football games getting ready to unroll tonight, tomorrow night, volleyball coverage, and then, of course, we've got games next week. So the month of September truly may reach that 1 million mark for our third time in our existence, as our high water mark, again, was last November when we went 2,500,000 minutes viewed. And then we had 1.5 million during a playoff run during baseball and softball. But this truly, the month of September, is something big. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little about statistics. Eve, you got some stuff from the concession stand. I said no. Now when it's here, I want to say I want to replay. Back after this. Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for low prices? It's a Hacienda party.
It's football season at Hacienda Ford, and you can get a new Ford Expedition with 20-inch wheels, leather, navigation, and more for $12,000 off MSRP.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-Up, 3-Down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way. TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce. Back here on Rio Sports as we're at halftime. Evie Vasquez I interrupted her meal, so we're gonna get right back after. But Evie, let's break this down real quick with 11 minutes before we start the second half. I talked about some keys of the game as we have our title sponsor Hacienda Ford assisting us on those keys of the game, and one of them was on the Sharyland side. Not necessarily stop Victor Campos, but at least contain Victor Campos. And We saw what Victor Campos is capable of doing on one two-play drive that resulted in the only score. But you got to check that box off that the Sharyland Rattlers did that in that first half. Contain and give your offense a fighting chance without having to get in a shootout.
Right, and as I said, starting off this game, they gave Campos multiple defenses to look at, and they had him uncomfortable, and they did so until like the last couple of minutes in this first half, where Campos was actually able to find the end zone himself, and he was able to utilize his receivers as well. Both teams have had great big plays. They've used their arms, they've used the ground to get to where they want to go, and they've been able to come up with a couple of plays. But nobody was really able to open that door and score until late in the second quarter. But again, going back and to kind of answer your question in a little bit more detail, by giving Campos a little bit a variety of defenses, and then you have the Hanna Eagles, who is a tough team, and we knew they were going to be a tough team on both sides coming in. The Rattlers have been uncomfortable themselves, and they've been able to at least hurry, if not knock down, or get to the Rattler quarterback really quickly. And it seems at times, especially in the first quarter, where he tried to get the ball, and this is the Rattler quarterback, he tried to get the ball on the ground and make some plays for himself, and whenever he could, he was only gaining about 6 yards. And so again, big props to both defenses on the side, on each side, and again, the offense really not being able to do anything until late in this first half.
Of course, then on the other side, you got Benjamin Valdivia and the Sharyland offense. While the defense was pitching a shutout for most of that first half, the offense was able to operate mostly on the Hanna side of the 50-yard line, but without the pressure of having to score every time. Ball control, clock control, game control. Scored on the final opportunity, but this team is certainly doing just enough to keep Hanna honest, if nothing else, on you better be careful or we can't score points.
Absolutely, because again, and if we go back and we look at this first half, the team that has had their back to the wall the most has been Hanna. The ones who have been able to strike the most on offense is Sharyland. They were able to strike first and score and get on the board with quick 8 points. And even though Hanna had those, 3 big turnovers already, 2 picks, and then, they were able to at least contain the Rattlers. And like you said, this is a very high offensive team in the Rattlers that we have here as well. And this is the 4th week of the season. And again, they're going to be one of the favorites going in to the district play, and that's exactly where they're headed, and to being one of the top teams in district. And, one of my biggest questions coming into this game is, what about their quarterback? I did not see any stats for him last week, and he was able to get his team on the board first. So it's going to be a very good, challenging second half.
Let's run down the statistics for you here in the first half. It wasn't a lot to write home about on the offensive side of things. Hanna Eagles outgained Sharyland 184-134 in total offense. This is all unofficial as I'm flying a plane broadcasting 2 different games at the same time with this audio video. So, but they're close. 184 on total offense for the Eagles, 76 on the ground on 11 carries. That's better than 6.5 yards per carry for the Eagles. For the Eagles through the air, 6 of 17, 108 for Victor Campos. 2 interceptions in the game by the Sharyland Rattler defense, which came at opportune time. For the Rattlers of Sharyland, overall team 134 yards of offense, 65 on the ground, 69 through the air, so they split that up 50-50. Benjamin Valdivia, 5 of 10, 69 yards, 1 pick on the ground. Valdivia leads the way running with 6 carries, 32 yards. That's an average of 5+ yards per carry. Damian Pruneda has been limited on just 3 carries, but he has 23 yards. He's averaging 7 yards per catch. The biggest eye-popping stat of the first half, perhaps, is Manuel Cantu. 4 catches for the Sharyland Rattlers, 39 yards, nearly 10 yards every time he touches the football. Maybe a better target. The biggest receiver in the first half was Josiah Myers on the flip side for the Hanna Eagles. He also had 4 catches for 96 yards. Ryan Trinidad had 1 catch for 11. That's limited for Trinidad. And Sabian Arsenal, who usually is one of the big weapons for Victor Campos, has been held in check with just 1 catch. Brandon Robles on the ground for the Eagles, 5 carries, 16 yards. 2 carries for Homer de los Reyes for 28 yards. And Victor Campos, 4 carries, 32 yards. But 33 of that came on the last play that he ran from scrimmage. Before that, it was a negative 5-yard carry, and a couple of short gains as Campos had been actually held completely in check on the running game. 5:42 left. Want to pass along a score. Those Rio Grande City Rattlers are showing they're for real. They're back to within 7 at Mission Veterans. That's at Tom Landry Stadium. We're broadcasting that one as well. I'm sure J.R. Gully is having a ball over there at Tom Landry Stadium. We all wondered, could the Rattlers go in there and play with Mission Veterans? And right now it's a 21-14 game at the halftime break. Back after this, Evie and I will get ready for the second half. Rattlers lead the Hanna Eagles 8-7. Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83. How about this 2015 Chevy Silverado 1500, a regular cab, custom wheels, bedliner, 21,000 miles, power everything, $25,900. Or how about this 2015 BMW 328i, fully loaded with an X-Drive, navigation, sunroof, leather interior, $18,999. Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas. Located in the historic downtown district in San Benito is Main Street Boutique. A perfect stop, great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone. Main Street Boutique in San Benito.
Hi, we're Sharyland Rattlers, and thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias, su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Hi, we're PSJ Southwest Javelinas, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. J's up!
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-Up, 3-Down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat. Maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again.
going to bring it back here as we are waiting for the two teams to arrive back on the football field. Bands have vacated the premises. Good performances yet again by both schools as Sharyland's marching band was out here performing, and then Hanna puts on a great show. I've seen it a couple of weeks now in a row. Hanna Eagles first team to arrive back on the football field, make their way over to the visitor side. And meanwhile, we'll wait for the arrival of the home team, the Sharyland Rattlers here at Richard Thompson Stadium. And Evie, we talked about it off the air. Got to believe if you're Sharyland, you got a legitimate chance to win this football game now at halftime.
Right, and the thing is that, if we look closely at where each team lies, we know that, again, Hanna's at 1-2, but we talked about it before where they're probably the best 1-2 team in the Valley. So if you're Sharyland and you're saying, hey, you're looking up at the scoreboard and you're saying, hey, we're actually leading after one half, we got to continue to bring our A game, and we can actually pull this off. Hanna is a team who, yes, from what I've seen, is a first and fourth quarter team. That never die attitude is just instilled in them by Coach Guess. And so look for them not to give up, and I wouldn't expect for them to just put their hands down and say, okay, well, what I'm trying to say is I expect a big half from Hanna. They're gonna follow through.
I always like being able to talk about coaches walking into a halftime locker room, staring their players right in the eyes and saying, you can win this game. And in this case, no doubt about it, both coaches were able to walk in and say, we can win this football game if we do this. Now, what this is, we're going to find out. But both teams fully believe that they're going to walk out of here with a win.
And we talked about it earlier. Coach Ron Adame, at home, he is tough to beat. He knows what he's doing. His X's and O's are always on point, especially at home. So, again, if you're Ron Adame, you're looking up as well, and you're telling your kids, let's fight and let's get this done.
I always tell people, go ahead and make him an underdog. That's when he comes out with his best teams and best performances. Hanna will be kicking off the football to start the third quarter of play. And away we go as the kick is a short kick out across the 15, fielded there. Here come the Rattlers across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Now across to the 30, looking for a block across the 33, 34-yard line. It's a lot of running for a couple extra yards, about an 18-yard return. But on that run, Luis Gonzalez covered about 30 yards running.
Yeah, and he had to change direction, so that actually brought him back. But again, that was a good return there as they'll take over close to the 40. No, close to the 35.
And I didn't feel it till just now, but that AC is cold in here. Just started kicking in. Beautiful night for football here at Richard Thompson Stadium, and our thanks again to Sharyland School District for assisting us with a terrific place from which to broadcast the game. New quarterback in the game now for the Rattlers. Pass play to the right-hand side, and he completes it down the right sideline, and we'll see the Rattlers maybe changing things up here a bit as Robert Mancha is now directing the show at the quarterback spot.
Mancha, who got most of the snaps last week against La Jolla. We'll see what he can do.
Kevin Chavez on the catch. I've got him. That's his first catch of the night. That's a 9-yard pickup. 2nd and 1. Mancha
hit
dropped
his man
down
in
this
motion.
time.
Yeah, he hit his man in motion there. He was able to hand off there to Andres Bonilla, who also is a big offensive player for the Rattlers.
Bonilla dropped that time for a loss on the play. And so 3rd down and 4 yards to go for the Sharyland Rattlers. This is the first drive of the second half. Rattlers under the direction of Mancha. Shotgun formation. Rolls to the short side of the field on the left. Going to be hit hard. Down he goes. Does not get first down yardage. So after a nice gain on first down, Rattlers unable to move the ball. And now facing 4th and short, they bring the punting team in.
Yeah, an interesting move here by Ron Adame. And right away, the Eagles making this new quarterback Mancha work. They were able to knock him down twice out of those 3 plays as they'll get set to kick off. 2 Eagles ready to return.
Here we are in the third quarter. Good snap this time. The left-handed or left-footed punt will get away. Takes a Rattler bounce down around the 20-yard line. They'll mark it down right at the Eagle 20. And that's where Victor Campos and company will take over. And we'll take a look at what kind of adjustments that Mark Guest made. You would expect there were some made.
Yeah, definitely. And reason being is, again, you look up at the score and say, hey, we're not a 7-point team. You know, we're used to scoring a lot more than that. Even though, you know, against, if I'm not mistaken, one of the only times that you've seen them such a low score is against McAllen Memorial when it was a Campos and Spites game back and forth. But we'll see what they can do the second half.
First down play for Victor Campos. 2 receivers left side of the field. He'll hand it off in a running play up the middle. This is Omar De Los Reyes, and he'll gain a good 6 yards on his first carry from scrimmage, his 3rd carry of the night. He now has 34 yards and takes over the team lead in the rushing department. 6-yard gain, and then a quick whistle is blown. Player shaken up, and I'm not sure where.
It's Gonzalez, Luis Gonzalez, down, slow to get up.
Cramping maybe, we hope. We'll take a break and find out.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Hi, we're Lightning Nazis, and thank you for watching.
Back here after the injury timeout, able to get off under his own power, Luis Gonzalez. We hope he's okay and ready to come back to action, as do all the fans of the Sharyland Rattlers. Evie Vasquez to my left-hand side. Joe Bowling here with you in the press box at Richard Thompson Stadium in Mission, Texas. 2nd and 4 now for the Hanna Eagles. Campos on the read, hands it off to De Los Reyes. He's got a first down out across the 35, 36-yard line. And right now, the Hanna Eagles are just pinning their ears back and saying, we're going to attack you on the ground. De Los Reyes on the carry. Mark him down. Eagles on first down. Campos hands it off again. Stutter step this time, but no room for Brandon Robles. Good carries by De Los Reyes, but Robles had nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go as it'll bring up about 2nd and 11.
2nd down for Campos. Campos in the first half was 6 of 17 for 108. It was picked twice by this Rattler defense and the secondary making the big plays. 2 backs in the backfield for protection for Campos. On 2nd down, here comes De Los Reyes trying to run it left-hand side. Tracked down, chased down, drop. Loss of play on the 2.
You know, this Rattler defense not getting fooled at all. You know, able to stop him there as he was able to get him in motion, but no gain.
Tried to go wide, but no room at all on that carry. Now 3rd and long. Passing situation here for the Eagles, but they're keeping 2 backs back there with Campos. 2 receivers right side, a single receiver to the short side on the left. Straight drop back for Campos. Has time. Now the pocket collapses. He's going to run. Fumbles the football. Got it back. Did not get a first down. It's still loose. Finally recovered by the Eagles, and it will be a Rattler football as a result of a punt coming up, as the Eagles' offense was shut down.
Yeah, and the thing is that the officials didn't blow the whistle, and the ball was loose on the ground, and and the whistle was never blown. So they were lucky to get on top of it again.
4th down for the Eagles. Campos stays in the ball game. He's the punter. 2 men back to return this kick for the Sharyland Rattlers, and the one to watch, Kevin Chavez, stands on the left hash mark at his own 30-yard line. If he gets any room at all, he is capable of making something happen on this punt return team. It's 4th and 6. Good snap to Campos. Gets the kick away in the direction of Reyes. He's going to field it. A fair catch is called for. And the Rattlers' offense back on the field. And you got to like what they're doing. It's similar to the first half. It's jab and move, and take time off the clock and put yourself in a position to win the ball game.
Right, and again, the only difference, as you say, it's very similar, but the only difference that you see here is a new quarterback. So what will that mean? We'll see. We'll find out soon.
Robert Mancha back out to direct the show. Keeps Damian Pruneda back with him. Sends a man in motion, Kevin Chavez. And now a running right side, Mancha delivers a pass, picked off by the Eagles. 45-yard line of the Rattlers and across to the 40 or 37. Eagles get a defensive play.
Yeah, Diego Escobar, the defensive back, coming up with that pick. And again, it was very, very underthrown. So I don't know if he was just, couldn't get his feet under him, but it was underthrown by at least 10 yards.
So Mancha picked off. And now field position changes, and this is where this Hanna offense can get real dangerous real fast. And you would not be shocked if Victor Campos tries to go over the top for all of this on one play. From the 37-yard line of the Rattlers, Hanna trying to capitalize on a turnover. They'll run it. Left-hand side, and not much room. De Los Reyes.
Yeah, that line, being able to stop that run, and again, they're playing some zone defense. Can't go nowhere.
And what this can do, fans, is that if you have a team that's playing so well in the secondary, if you can establish a little bit of a running game here, you can soften things up and then go over the top. Beware of that. Pass play over the middle. Caught in traffic. 20-yard line. 15, 10, 5. Trinidad to the house. Stopped at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he's gonna be down short about a yard, and the thing is that he had that post route and nobody was in front of him. He just directly ran a post route and nobody by him, and he was able to get all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Again, is that set up by all of those rushing attempts by the Eagles to start this second half? Campos connecting, now has 136 yards in the air.
And this will be valuable for the Eagles if they can score here early on.
They're letting the play clock go down to 7. They're going to have to take a timeout. Eagles had a big play, but they'll not run a play from scrimmage as it's 3 seconds left on the play clock. 6:12 left in the third quarter. Timeout on the field. Back after this. Eagles knocking on the door.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the team.
Back here, first and goal, Eagles. They want to run the ball. They do so, and they drive forward. End zone time. Touchdown to Hanna Eagles. With 6:09 to go in the third quarter, they take the lead.
Yeah, that quarterback keeper by Campos, just easily walking in. Their center doing a very good job opening that hole.
Didn't need much after that big pass play. Took a timeout to make sure they dialed in the right play, and the Hanna Eagles on top for the first time here tonight. We'll look for the extra point to go up by 6. Important extra point. If you think kicks aren't important to this Hanna team, they're going to fake it. Looking in the end zone, pass it, and it is caught back of the end zone. 2-point conversion, good.
Alex Garcia coming up with those extra 2 points for the Eagles. So again, they weren't looking to go up by just one score. They wanted to be up, big.
They wanted to go, instead of 6, they wanted 7 to make it where Sharyland has to score a touchdown and kick an extra point just to tie the ball game. 6:09 left in the third. Hanna with the first lead. Rattlers trying to respond after this.
Located in the historic downtown district in San Benito is Main Street Boutique. A perfect stop, great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone. Main Street Boutique in San Benito. Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-up, 3-down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100%.
Back here, the Hanna Eagles getting ready to kick off at Richard Thompson Stadium on a Friday night, and they'll do so with a 7-point lead. Deep kick to the right-hand side, fielded by the Rattlers at their 10. Middle of the field, the 15, trying to get across the 25. They do to the 30. Underneath the man at the 35 to the 40, 41-yard line. Good return that time by the Rattlers. He literally ran underneath the player to gain an extra 8 yards on that run by Luis Gonzalez.
Yeah, it's going to be a great field position here for the Rattlers. Again, and we talked about it early, you cannot let this Hanna Eagle team run away with it. So if you're the Rattlers, you have to be telling yourself, we have to respond, as the original quarterback will come in. And for the Rattlers, number 13.
Benjamin Valdivia back in the ball game.
Valdivia is back, yes, sir.
He lines up in a shotgun formation on first down, sends a man in motion right to left, keeps it on a read, runs across the 40, got to the 41, stretched forward, gained a yard. Valdivia in the ball game, 7 carries, 33 yards now. In the first half, he was 5 of 10 for 69 yards, did throw an interception, but did enough to have his team in the locker room at halftime with the lead. Directing the show now, the junior signal caller. 3 receiver set right-hand side on 2nd and long. Hands it off. They'll run it left-hand side, get across the 42, but the Eagles are there to shut that down on a carry by Andres Bonilla.
And again, the Eagles trying to set a statement, early on in the second half by saying, hey, this is who we are. We score quick, we score fast, and, we stop you when we need to, as that'll bring up 3rd down and 9 for the Rattlers.
On 3rd down, Valdivia needs to get it across the Hanna 49 to get a first down. Ball spotted at his own 42. Drops back to throw. Here comes pressure. Steps up. Now he's got a ton of room up the middle. He's got a first down and more. 45-40 out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Valdivia had a ton of real estate to use that time.
And we've talked about Campos, where he's both sides of the ball a threat with his feet and with his arms. And Valdivia, he's showing that he can do it himself as well. Trying to hurry up his receivers as they have triplets on his right side.
First down play, swing pass, left-hand side, that's completed. Now yards after the catch, inside the 30, all the way down to the 25-yard line. Daniel Pena, his first catch of the night. By the time they mark him down, it'll be a 9-yard gain or close to first down yardage.
And the thing with the
Call
Rattlers,
it 10.
The thing with the Rattlers is, whenever they've been able to come up big, it's always been 1st or 2nd down early on in the count.
Quick snap now, and Valdivia hands it off. Jet sweep. Here's Kevin Chavez running left to right. Turns a corner. A penalty flag on this play. They try to drag him down. Another penalty thrown, as that's going to be a late hit on the defense at the end of the play. But now we'll sort out the penalty on the middle of the field about the left hash mark, which normally is a spot a hold is called against the offense.
Right, as we have a player down, seems like, for the Eagles as well.
He was over there. He may have been the player that was trying to drag down Chavez, who had those legs churning like he was pulling a dog sled down that sideline. And a hit came in over there. And as soon as that hit was delivered, it kind of separated Chavez from the player who is now getting up under his own power. But immediately as that hit was delivered, penalty flag came in. Now the officials have all converged to talk this one over. I'm going to guess it's going to be offsetting penalties, and we'll just replay the down. We'll take a look. The only way it wouldn't be is if you have a penalty against Sharyland, and then that was a hit called after the play was blown dead.
Yeah, because it looked like it was originally on the screen over here on that short throw, on the short pass, and then there was another one right before he was tackled, about the 15-yard line. So it might be offsetting penalties here.
Trying to catch up with J.R. Gully and his broadcast over there at Tom Landry Stadium. Last we saw, 21-14, Mission Veterans with the 7-point lead. We were at, I count them, 8 stadiums tonight broadcasting the games, including this one here in Mission, Texas at Sharyland. Richard Thompson Stadium, home of the Sharyland Rattlers, and now home of the Pioneer Diamondbacks as well. Diamondbacks were playing on the road at Rivera last we checked on that one. That was a close ball game. Brownsville veterans all over PSJ Memorial, 42-0 in that one. Donna's in a close one with Palmview, 19-14 now. Palmview on top. Raymondville all over St. Joseph, 48-14. And that Pioneer game's on a commercial break, so we won't get a score there. Lengthy discussion by the officials. The injury has long been taken care of. This has just been a long talk by the officials, Evie. It's not like we're waiting for an injury.
And I laugh because, again, it seems like these officials don't really want to break it to either coach what's happening here. So, again, Ron Adame is going to, expect an explanation, and so is Coach Guess. So, again, it's probably one of those situations where, it hurts either side. So they really have to make sure, my point is, they really have to make sure they get it right. So that's what's going on here.
Meanwhile, the ball is spotted right now. If the play stood, it would be a first down for Sharyland inside the Hanna Eagle 17.
And they've moved the chains. So, they've moved the chains already. So nobody has said,
the chains are still set up where it was a first down. You see the ball over there on the end of the chain.
Right.
But, again, the way the penalties were thrown, the first one would indicate a hold against Sharyland. That's usually an easy call. But then what happened on the sideline is where it gets interesting. Now, they talked to Coach Guess first. He's still getting an earful of an official, and here comes the call. 2 fouls, that's what we thought. There's your hold call. So they call it first down for Sharyland. Now we'll see where they're going to spot the football. The man that all eyes are on right now is over there by the chain, picks up the football at the 16, and now they're going to
bring it back.
And the line of scrimmage was the 26 of the Hanna Eagles, and they're going to mark it back at the 36, so a 10-yard holding penalty against Sharyland. So I don't know what all that was about on the discussion, but the Rattlers face now 1st and 20. Shotgun formation for Valdivia. Drops back to throw. Here comes a lot of pressure. Steps up in the middle. Penalty flag on the play. Deep ball caught inside the 5. Will this stand?
Yeah, and if it does, that's going to be a big break for the Rattlers, as the Eagles brought everyone, on defense to try to get the quarterback, so that left the secondary wide open, one-on-one, the receiver in the corner, and the receiver made him pay.
Play stands. That's offsides against the Hanna Eagles, and the Sharyland Rattlers are set up 1st and goal inside the 4-yard line on that pass completion to Daniel Pena.
Yeah, and like I said, they took that risk with the blitz, and it cost them.
Valdivia now with 2 backs back there with him on 1st and goal. Hands it off, running play left-hand side, a big surge, and end zone time. Touchdown, Sharyland Rattlers.
And again, easy. He walked straight in right behind his line. He was able to walk into the end zone. Again, it all goes back to that last play where they risked everything and they blitzed, and they were able to get that one-on-one coverage, and the receiver won, and it got him real close to that 1 yard.
And that was Luis Gonzalez who got that score. His second carry of the night.
They're going for 2 here.
Rattlers trying to tie the game.
Seems like.
15-14 your score. Eagles on top.
Oh, not so quick. Okay, they try to do some type of switch.
Now they'll go for the traditional extra point.
There you go.
Trying to tie this game up with 3:43 left in the third. Kick is away, long, high, and good. Nothing decided here. 15-15 your score. Hanna Eagles get the football after this.
Only with a blackjack format. No fish over 21 inches. $150 per team or boat. Maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
Start the new year.
I'll bring it back here as with the third quarter. Still 3:43 remaining. We went the entire first quarter without any scores. We went most of the second quarter was scoreless. And then bang, bang, each team scored. Now here in this ball game, in the third quarter, Hanna Eagles score. Ensuing drive. Rattlers respond in the punch-counterpunch situation. Both teams have responded to trailing in this ball game. 3:43 left as the Rattlers will be kicking off. 2 men back to return the kick for the Hanna Eagles. As this one has got interesting as nothing decided. A booming kick inside the 5. Here comes Trinidad out across the 10, 15-yard line. Trinidad on his feet to the 20, rides out to the 23, and here comes Victor Campos and the Hanna offense. And, you know, last time they were on the field, they made it look kind of easy, responding after a turnover. Now, Evie, they come back on the field looking up, saying, who are these guys? They keep coming back. Rattlers have tied this game, and here come the Eagles trying to respond again.
Right, and we talked about it before. You know, Hanna's a team that they can strike fast, they can strike quick, and you know, again, that the defense cost them when they blitzed. You know, I talked about it earlier when they blitzed and they cost them that one-on-one coverage. So we'll see what they can do here. Again, it only took them 2 plays to get into the end zone last time. We'll see what happens.
Campos hands the ball off up the middle. Not much there. We saw this Hanna team start this third quarter trying to utilize the running game. Meanwhile, there's a player shaken up on that play. So they'll blow the clock dead. 3:25 left here in this third quarter of play. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Reminding you we have additional broadcasts coming your way as early as tomorrow night at Laredo as San Benito's Greyhounds will be taking on Laredo United. We'll be on the air with about a 6:30 pregame show and 7 o'clock kickoff. Next week, a jam-packed week of football for you. We'll start it with volleyball action. I'll have 5 systems in play as we'll be broadcasting some of the meaningful games around the Rio Grande Valley. We'll have a system in the Sharyland area and Mission. We'll have another one at Donna. We'll have another one at Harlingen, Los Fresnos, Brownsville. That's 6. And I'm going to be at San Perlita for the matchup between San Isidro and San Perlita volleyball as we continue with our small coverage on the small schools. Campos on 2nd and 11. Tross back to throw. Fires it right side. Caught and out across the 30-yard line. Short of first down yardage. He connects this time to Alex Gracia.
Yeah, and again, timing. You know, Campos, again, when he's on time with his receivers, he's able to get those quick, fast throws for a short gain and just move the chains nice and slowly as he just showed there.
Gracia on the catch actually is enough for a first down. First down play for the Eagles of Hanna. Clock running with 2:56 and counting here in the third quarter. Campos hands it off, and nothing doing as this time Delis Reyes is hit, thrown backward, stays on his feet, but they blow that play dead.
Yeah, again, it'll be blown dead and no gain as this line did its job for the Rattlers.
Next Thursday night, Lopez at Donna, Juarez Lincoln at PSJA North, Rio Hondo at Gruya, and also La Feria at Rivera. Those are all Thursday broadcast games. I'll run down the Friday. Some good ones there, too. Broadcast here on Real Sports. Campos swings a pass left side. Trinidad makes a catch, quickly covered up and brought down as Will Patterson makes a play in the open field.
Again, and I know Rattlers were fooled here again, as Campos tried to, again, make some of them bite on defense and create a space with the short pass. And, again, Rattlers secondary is all over it.
Campos now with 20 attempts in the ball game, has 150 yards. A short gain that time by Trinidad on his third catch of the evening. Eagles send 2 receivers right side as Trinidad and Gracia line up there. Campos drops back, looking left all the way, completes a pass in the hands of Josiah Myers. That's enough for a first down as Myers gains 16.
Yeah, and again, you look at some of these corners for the Rattlers, and at times, they're up tight with the receivers, and at times they give them space, and when it's really cost them is when these corners have really given these receivers some space, and they're able to gain those 5-10 yards and move those chains slowly.
Campos is now connected on 4 in a row in the passing game. First down now as the Rattlers have it, or check that the Eagles have it at their own 49. First down play, Campos fakes the handoff, blitzed, hit, got away from 2 men, directs some traffic. Looking downfield, rifles it, and he threw it out of bounds. Trying to find a Gracia, but the escapability of one Victor Campos, again, extended a play that in most chances a quarterback's drop for a loss.
Right, and the thing is that no play is ever dead with this young man. And, again, he was hurried by 3 Rattlers, and he had to throw it away. But most times or sometimes, we see him make plays like that, look easy.
Second down, 10 yards to go for the Hanna Eagles. Campos again spreads the field with a 4-receiver set. Twins right and left. On this second down play, drops back to throw over the middle. Intercepted again by the Rattlers. 3rd interception of the ball game. Rattlers take over.
Yeah, and again, they fooled Campos there because, that defensive back, that safety, he looked like he was going to go ahead and rush, but then he was able to go ahead and release. And as soon as he released, he was able to find that ball in his hands.
Lupe Trevino with the pick for the Sharyland Rattlers. And this defense makes yet another play here in this ball game, extending the ability for this team to get out of here with a victory. Minute left in the 3rd. Valdivia and company back on the field, this time in a tie game. Man in motion right to left. They'll hand it off on the jet sweep. No, Valdivia keeps it. Nice ball fake. First down and more. Valdivia inside the 40. First down to the 35, and it all started with a ball fake.
Yeah, Anthony Abriz able to catch up to him at the last minute. If not, he would have probably had the end zone right in front of him.
23 yards for Valdivia, who now has 74 yards on the ground for the Rattlers. Trying to respond after the defense has their 3rd interception of the game. Valdivia this time will hand it off. Running play is Pena on a jet sweep. Takes it down the sideline, and he's going to get in. That is Robert Mancha.
Mancha in motion, carried about 35 as he took the ball 35 yards into the end zone.
Coming back. Penalty flag at the 23. As another touchdown taken off the board here tonight. Mancha looked like it was already past that flag by the time he was inside the 15-yard line. That penalty came in behind the play. But normally, that kind of flag indicates some type of illegal block.
Coach Adam is not happy.
No, he won't be if they take points off the board on him again. Mancha, who started the second half as the quarterback. The flag was laying there at the 26-yard line. They pick it up. Rattlers were in the end zone as Mancha had scored, but they're going to take that away, and now they'll mark the penalty. It's going to be an illegal block from the spot. They'll mark the penalty back. Put it down at the 40-yard line of the Hanna Eagles. First down and 14 coming up, and Evie, how many of those can you take and still have a chance to win a ball game?
Right, and my answer to that is not many. Not many, and especially not against a team that's led by Victor Campos. They can strike at any time.
Valdivia has to get a new play from the sidelines. Damian Pruneda stays as a protecting back. Man in motion. They'll fake a handoff this time. Look to throw over the middle of the field. That's caught inside the 15, down to the 10-yard line. First and goal, Rattlers. They respond right back.
Right, and again, another post route by Daniel Pena as he's able to find his hands on the ball inside the 10.
First and goal coming up. Valdivia, after starting the second half, watching Robert Mancha direct the troops, has responded. His first drive, he took him in for a score. Second drive here with 7 seconds left in the third quarter. He's got him first and goal. Fakes the handoff, drops back to throw, swings it right-hand side, caught, and diving down around the 5-yard line.
Daniel Pena again with that lateral. He's able to pick up about 5.
And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Buckle up. Nothing decided at Richards-Thompson Stadium on a Friday night yet. 12 minutes on the clock. Fourth quarter coming up. All tied at 15 apiece. Sharyland and Hanna continue after this.
Annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire.
Sharyland Rattlers facing a 2nd and goal. They mark the ball down right at the 5-yard line as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play. And Evie, your concerns are 3rd and 4th down, so if you're a Rattler fan, you want to get it done right here.
Right here.
Valdivia takes a snap, going to keep it himself, calls his own number, gets hit and thrown back as the Hanna stonewalled that defense right up front. Nothing doing on the run. 3rd down and goal coming up.
3rd down, and a very important 3rd down here. Again, if you're the Rattlers, you have to make a statement here. You know, you really want to get in the end zone here. You have this momentum going. You really want momentum to stay on your side.
On 3rd down, Valdivia keeps Pruneda in the backfield behind him now. Spreads the field. Pruneda shifts over to his left side. Man in motion goes right to left. That's Mancha. He'll roll out, look in the end zone, and it's picked off by the Eagles, and it's going to be a pick 6, and it's going to go 95 yards. All the way to the house. Eagles are going to score 95 yards, touchdown.
Yeah, again, things can happen in an instant, and Joe, you called it earlier on this timeout. I expect the Hanna Eagles to not lay down if the Rattlers score here, and they stop them, not just stop them, they get a pick, and they go 95 yards.
Pick 6 on the fly, Anthony Ambrice, the sophomore. The only thing in question was, do you have enough to sustain a 95-yard run while they're on the dead run chasing you down?
Wow.
He's still trying to catch his breath.
I would too.
Anthony Ambrice. And how the complexion changes of this fourth quarter. Rattlers were trying to punch it in and take the lead back. Eagles kick the extra point. It is good. And now the Rattlers will have to dial in the come-from-behind story. They trail by 7. Kickoff coming up.
Full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD. Excellence is our tradition.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services. Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Kickoff time coming up for the Hanna Eagles. We appreciate you fans tuning in here on our live audio broadcast here on a Friday night. Evie Vasquez, and you got the wind taken out of your sails if you're the Sharyland Rattlers, but no time to sulk about it, Evie. You talk as a coach. You just got to sustain and come right back and do what you were doing right before you scored.
Absolutely. You have no time to lick your wounds right now if you're the Rattlers, and, you have to be able to punch right back. They came at you with the haymaker. You have to give one right back.
Kickoff by the Eagles. A high kick, middle of the field. Chavez lets that bounce. It goes into the end zone. A little miscommunication there between Chavez and Luis Gonzalez on who was going to take control of that return. And now the offense of the Sharyland Rattlers will meet and head to the field. It's not panic time. 11:03 left in this ball game. Valdivia will stay in as the quarterback. But now down 7. Not the first time you've trailed in this ball game either. But the Rattlers do need to respond here and move the ball downfield. Valdivia out of a shotgun on first down. Runs an option, hands it off. This is going to be Bonilla, left sideline. Got a first down and more. Bonilla banged out of bounds. Penalty flag on this play. We'll take a look at that before they move the chains, as it was thrown right about the time that they turn the corner, which normally is an illegal block of some sort.
You know, and here's the thing. You make a great play like this, you know, with the man in motion and Bonilla, he picks up about 20 yards. And, you know, you make a penalty, so it comes back 10 yards. So you just went negative 10 yards from what it could have been a positive 20.
Well,
so
don't forget that on that last drive, which ended up in the 95-yard pick 6, prior to that was a touchdown taken back because of a penalty. And the Rattlers would have been kicking off rather than trying to go for it on fourth down. Pass along the score. Harlingen South and Westaco now tied at 28 apiece, as the Hawks coming behind. Here's a pass play right side for the Rattlers. Back across the 30-yard line. Nice pitch and catch as Robert Mancha. Mancha was the one that scored that touchdown that was called back. Gains most of that penalty yards back and some. And it's 2nd and 5 coming up for the Sharyland Rattlers.
here it is.
They'll run it again up the middle and fight, but not get the first down yardage. We'll check the spot. It may be forward progress enough for Bonilla. Andres Bonilla gained, he needed 5. They put the nose of the football on the 35, and that's enough for a first down.
Yeah, Eagles sending a lot of defense across the line, but just nobody up the middle, so he was able to gain some yardage there.
So the chains move. The drive continues. Valdivia dials it up now on first down from his own 35. Rolls out. Here comes a jet sweep by Chavez. Chavez now upfield across the 40. Dragged down as he got to the 45-yard line, and that's enough for a first down.
Yeah, and that was a close also to another penalty over here on the blind side, as Hanna was blindsided, one of the Hanna players.
Also close to a horse collar on the tackle, but a first down for the Rattlers. Valdivia on first down, sends a man in motion, keeps it himself right up the middle with some room into Eagle territory, down to the 46. That's a 9-yard gain, and right now they're moving downhill on the drive.
Yeah, and they're making it look easy.
They're mixing it up, keeping the Hanna Eagles backpedaling on defense. And now as we go under 9 minutes left in the ball game, the Rattlers have a lot of options here on second and short. Call it 1 yard to go. You can open up the playbook here if you desire. Send a man in motion. That's Mancha. Quarterback keeper, and he will get close to first down yardage, just taking it right up the middle. Take a look at the spot. Early indication is he's not there, and it'll be third down.
Yeah, they have to convert here. It's a big, big third down.
3rd and 1. Those big defensive linemen up front. You're talking about Chris Arredondo, also Humberto Garcia right up there. They've been making some plays. Can they make another if the Rattlers run up the middle? Valdivia looks to the sideline, changing the play. Play clock down to 9. Sets him down on 3rd and 1. High snap, takes it, running right side, first down. Hit hard. Stretches forward, got to the 43, but the chains will move, and this drive continues for the Sharyland Rattlers.
8 minutes remaining here in this final quarter. As, if you really think about it, you have to count your possessions and you have to make something work, like we've been saying if you're the Rattlers here.
This is one of those drives that can tell a lot about the personality of a team, how the Rattlers respond to what just happened in the past 3 or 4 minutes of this game. Here comes Chavez on a jet sweep right side. Got out of bounds, got thrown down. Here's a penalty on the end of this. This is going to be a big play after the penalty and the yards gained.
Yeah, it looks like a horse collar here.
So horse collar and out of bounds. Chavez was going to be about a yard short of a first down, but there's going to be 15 tacked onto the end of whatever he gained. I've got it down for 9. And so Sharyland will be down. Here goes the walk. Inside the 25, all the way down to the 20-yard line. Red zone possession for the Sharyland Rattlers. And this after a 95-yard pick 6 for the Hanna Eagles. And the Sharyland Rattlers now with 7:28 left in the game. 20 yards away from a chance to tie this up with an extra point. It's a lot of what-ifs. High snap. Valdivia hands it off. No room that time for Bonillo. Thank you. You're keeping track of that clock. We'll stay afloat if we keep going with that. If we were flying this plane, I'd have crashed it several times if we were depending on the clock running. 7:08 and counting. Valdivia on 2nd down and 10 from the Hanna 20. Drops back to throw. They pick up the pressure. Man open. Picked again inside the 5. Hanna Eagles will take over.
Yeah, Mancha was right open, and I said, there he is, because all he needed to do was just throw it over, that Hanna defense, and he wasn't able to. He underthrew it, so he gets picked off. Big interception for Hanna.
Back-to-back possessions in which the Hanna Eagles intercept the ball around the 5-yard line. And with the fourth quarter showing 6:54 left.
You're looking for a 4 and out if you're the Rattlers here, if you have any hopes of staying in this one.
Shotgun formation. Here comes Campos. Gets out to about the 7 on a 2-yard gain.
And again, you don't want to give Campos this type of lead. With the clock going against you as well.
2nd and 8. Hanna lets the clock run. Important set of downs here now for the Rattler defense. They would like to get a stop and get the ball right back in the offense's hand. Campos on a read, hands it off, jet sweep out across the 7. Not much there. 3rd down coming up now for the Eagles.
And again, this is the time for Campos to make something happen for Hanna as well.
Ryan Trinidad that time on the carry for the Eagles, but dropped. No gain on the play, maybe a yard. 3rd down, call it every bit of 7, as they'll have to take it out across the 15 to get a first down for the Hanna Eagles. Campos on 3rd down. He's been picked 3 times tonight. Drops back to throw, rolls back in his own end zone. Pressured, hit, down he goes,
yes,
safety.
And that's a safety.
Football comes loose. Did they recover it? Let's see.
What will they call?
It's a safety.
Yeah, safety. Hands together, there's a safety.
I had to wait because the ball did come loose. You could see on the replay, the ball was fumbled as he hit the ground.
Yeah, very dangerous there for Hanna.
Joe, 5:37 left in this one. And now, oh boy, here we go. 5-point game. How many points have the Eagles lost this year in their games on the ones they've lost?
Yeah, six total points, and as much as
extra
1 point.
points.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And now you're looking at, I'm just going to crystal ball this. If you're a Sharyland Rattler fan, you score a touchdown here. Right now, you would be up by 1 point. And the Hanna Eagles would be staring at another one of those kind of games.
Right.
And then you start saying, is it that kind of season? So Mark Guess and company are saying, just get the job done. You're leading, don't give up the lead.
That's right, 1 possession at a time.
They do have to give up the football. Again, you look back, a interception at the 5-yard line. On one side, you're celebrating for the Hanna Eagles. On the other side, you're saying, oh, no, we got to start a drive at our 5, and a lot of bad things can happen, including a safety. So now a free kick by the Eagles. And the Rattler offense should get good field position out of this exchange. And the offense has been on the field an awful long time here on back-to-back drives that finished off at the 5 of the Hanna Eagles. One on a pick six, the other on an interception. Now a short kick by the Eagles. Rattlers fumble the return, but they'll recover it. But they'll start the drive at the Eagle 46. And how tired is this defense for the Hanna Eagles? They've been on the field a long time, Evie.
Yeah, they have. And this is the thing, when it comes to crunch time like this, 5 minutes left, 5.5 minutes left here to go. You're the team that has had your back to the wall the most. Sharyland has been the one to be in the red zone, to be on their opponent's side of the field the most. So, again, it's not like this is new to them. But, again, at what point do you say they'll break?
Valdivia out of a shotgun formation. Runs it up the middle. No, this time it's going to be Mancha. Mancha's got some room. Dances down to the 30-yard line, up into there, but that's a 14-yard gain for Robert Mancha.
Make it look easy. And again, but can they convert? Hanna has been able to stop them when it comes down to crunch time. So the Rattlers really have to be able to finish here.
5-point game. Rattlers at the Hanna 30. Shotgun for Valdivia. Twin receivers right, single receiver left. High snap, hands it off. Chavez running off left tackle. Takes it inside the 30, down to the 28. Short of first down yardage, but 5 strong yards on the carry by Chavez.
And this is a chess game now. Because now if you're the defense of Hanna, you're trying to say, how many men do I send? Do I continue to stay in a zone coverage, or what do I do? Do I go man? So they're going to have to be careful on what they choose to bring.
Under 5 minutes left here in this game.
Oh,
and a bad snap. They'll get to it. Mancha running for his life. Turns the corner, giving up a lot of room, though. And is taking down another fumble. And the Hanna Eagles recover.
Yes, that's a Hanna Eagle recovery. So, again, the ball changes possessions again. And if you're the Hanna Eagles, can you close it now? Can you make the time run out? But here's the catch. They're really going to have to convert on these downs. They can't just go 4 and out and expect for the time to run out. So they're really going to have to get at least 1 first down if they want to close the game out themselves.
Defense made the play, and that's all you can say about Hanna here in the second half is the defense has made the plays. A pick 6 from the 5, a 95-yard return for a touchdown, an interception at the 5, and now a fumble caused at the 35-yard line. Victor Campos and the offense has not been on the field much at all. There's a fumble on the play on first down, and the Rattlers recover.
And here's another exchange again as the Hanna Eagles fumble it. Rattlers recover it. They're inside the Hanna Eagle 35 at about the 35. So
unbelievable the turn of events here as the turnover bug has just outright taken over the game. You're talking about 4 critical turnovers and a safety all playing out here in the last 6 minutes of this play.
Yes, in the matter of minutes. I
didn't even click over on my stat program to get to the Hanna offense because Sharyland's offense has been on the field the entire second half. Mancha hands it off up the middle. Falling forward is Luis Gonzalez on the carry. Gain maybe a yard.
We'll see what Rattlers decide to do as they still have 3 timeouts left with 4 minutes remaining in this game.
Whistle blows. Timeout on the field. 4:06 remaining for an injury. We'll be back. Evie and I will see who can sustain the play without a turnover. That may be the team that wins.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the prices? It's a Labor Day party.
party.
The Hacienda Ford Labor Day sale is going on now. You can get a new F-150 starting at just $27,995 or 0% interest for 72 months.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings.
He just took this up.
Back here as we are discussing the turnover situation, 4 interceptions by the Hanna defense, and yet they still have to need one more play here to preserve right now is a 5-point lead. Mancha drops back, swings a pass left side. Chavez catches it, open field tackle. A hit high, but a tackle made by Victor Campos himself. Was that Campos over there? No way. That was 12. Okay.
That was 12.
Ryan Trinidad. I was going to say, if Campos is now playing defense, you are literally throwing the kitchen sink at this game, trying to get a win on the road. Mark Guess and company.
Running clock here.
3rd down and 8. Mancha at the quarterback. Drops back to throw. Pressure coming. Hesitates. Fades away. Fumbles the football. Falls back on it, but loses yards back across the 40. And there were wide receivers, wide open. Just no time for Mancha to get it to him.
Right. They had so many defenders coming at him. He had multiple people coming at him in different directions.
2 guys. There was 20 yards separation between them and any defender as a timeout is called on the field. Now the Rattlers face 4th down from the Eagle 40. But to get a 1st down, you got to take it inside the 25. Ronadami and company going to talk this over a lot. 2 timeouts remaining. You could play the field position game here and punt it and trust that your defense can get your hands on the football. That seems rather easy right now because of the fact that so many turnovers have occurred here in the second half. But yet, do you dare hand the ball back to Victor Campos and say, cough it up one more time?
I wouldn't.
I don't know, because that's like handing a loaded gun with 3 bullets in the chamber and saying, well, 3 of them aren't going to fire, but the other 3 could. Right now it appears as though the Rattlers will go for it. 2 backs in the backfield to protect Robert Mancha. Twin receivers right side. 4th down, every bit of 15 yards to go. They'll go for it. Mancha delivers a ball left sideline, and it is caught. 1st down for the Rattlers on a leaping catch by Daniel Pena.
Daniel Pena, again, knowing, that to have that concentration and those hands to come up with it as he was able to actually get it in his stomach. So, props to him for getting up that high and coming down with it.
That was just absolute trust in your receiver to go up and get that ball as Mancha connects to Daniel Pena. 1st down play now for the Rattlers. They convert on a big 4th down play. Running play, Mancha, left side, gains nothing.
Yeah, Mancha stopped behind the line of scrimmage, possibly a loss of 1. That'll be 2nd and long.
Clock running for the Sharyland Rattlers. They do still have 2 timeouts remaining, but now you're getting in position of clock management of this is it. Line in the sand, you got to score on this drive. 2nd down and 11. Mancha shifts it back to the right side. Now sends a man in motion, a high snap, hands it off. Here comes Chavez, trying to turn the corner on the right. Hit, down he goes. Open field tackle that time by Anthony Ambriz.
And again, the downs working against the Rattlers as that'll be 3rd down. And technically you have 2 more downs to go, but again, you're still outside the 20, so.
Clock running with a minute. Well, let me stop my clock, get it right. A minute 45. Is that about right now? And now a timeout called. Sharyland Rattlers use their 2nd. They have 1 left. Minute 44 left. They'll face a 3rd and long at the Hanna 21. They've been here, it seems like, the entire second half. Play continues after this.
Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you, forever memories. 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
Our professional advisors at
Back here, and the Sharyland Rattlers facing 3rd and 10 after a timeout. Mancha on a long count, drops back to throw, pressured, rushed out of the pocket, looks to deliver, does, and a penalty's thrown as the pass is incomplete. The penalty thrown in the direction of what would be an illegal block. We'll take a look at the call by the official. They were chasing Mancha. He tried to get that ball, squeeze it down around the 10-yard line. Want to remind you fans, Leo Lucio has been up here in the booth getting all the stats ready and all of the story ready. You'll be able to read this in the monitor. Always neat to see the new and upcoming reporters up here, Evie Vasquez. That penalty was against the Sharyland Rattlers, all the way back out across the 30-yard line. They'll spot the ball down. It remains 3rd down, but now 20 yards to go for the Sharyland Rattlers with 1:36 left in this ball game. Mancha drops back to throw. Pressure coming. They get to him, and down he goes.
And that might be it for the Rattlers. That might be the night with about 120 remaining here in this game, and the ball will be given back to the Eagles.
Well, 4th down, so one more play.
One more play. I'm sorry.
They do call a timeout. Stop the clock with 1:22 left in this game. And the Sharyland Rattlers will be down to needing a big, big play. To get a 1st down, they got to get it inside the 10-yard line. Reminding you, you'll be able to watch highlights of this game. You'll also be able to watch the video replay of the ball game. And it's as close as the scoreboard reflects, 22-17. This was anybody's game to win. And right now, the Hanna Eagles have done enough.
Yes, they have.
Just enough.
Just enough.
But in a season in which you've lost by 2 points to McCallum Memorial, arguably the best team in the Rio Grande Valley right now, after they defeated Vela head-to-head last week, and you lost another game to that Vela team by 1.
And again, going back to mistakes, and these are some of the things that they're definitely going to have to fix if you're the Eagles. I mean, they're a great team. By far, they're a great team. And, they got everything they need to be successful. It's just some of these, mistakes have to be cut down. Time
of possession in the 4th quarter has been all Sharyland Rattlers. There's been maybe 4 plays run by the Hanna Eagles. 4th down play, Mancha running for his life. Now he's going to run it upfield across the 30. Makes a move at the 25 to the 20. Stretches forward. Will not get a 1st down. Took it inside the 20. Now with 1:10 left. No timeouts remaining for the Rattlers. The Hanna Eagles should be able to seal this deal.
Yeah, this should be it. With the 1:10 remaining, a couple of kneel downs should be able to do it for them. Great game by both sides. And I'm glad you picked this game, Joe, to do.
Try to crystal ball it and say, where's the good game at?
That's right.
And here we are. 1:10 left here in this one. Eagles come out. They'll go in victory formation. Rattlers do not have any timeouts remaining. Now there's a discussion before they put the ball down.
And going into
official timeout.
Get it down finally.
They're kneeling as if it's an injury on the play. But I don't know who's shaken up. Both teams are, well, the Eagles are kneeling. Evie, any ideas here?
I'm as stumped just as you are. We'll see. I mean,
I don't see a player down anywhere on this football field.
Yeah, neither do I.
Now we're
Okay,
set.
here we go.
Eagles ready to take a snap. Campos in a victory formation will take a knee, and the clock will begin to run. And there's nothing the Sharyland Rattlers can do about this one. It was going to be a tough loss for whichever team dropped this one. But the Sharyland Rattlers,
Yeah, as both teams will go to 2-2.
had an opportunity to get out of here with a home win. Our next broadcast of a Sharyland game will be on October 4th when they're going to be playing at Mercedes. We'll be broadcasting the Rattlers. And then we've got them against Ed Couch Elsa on the road. So we'll see this Rattler team again. Another knee taken by the Hanna Eagles, and that's going to do it. They will not have to take another snap, and this Hanna Eagle team did just enough to get out of here with a win. And after it's said and done, and it goes in the win column, you don't look at that score anymore, Evie Vasquez. You really don't.
Right, you don't. And again, I'm looking at this from both perspectives, and if you're Hanna, one thing that is evident and it's obvious, you need to be able to cut down on your mistakes. And if you're the Rattlers, you have to be able to convert when you make your opponent, make some of these crucial mistakes. So, again, something that both teams can take from that is a lot from this game. They were able to take a lot from this game. And again, this is still pre-district. And, again, so they're going to be going into district. Sharyland for sure is going to be one of the favorites. The Eagles, you can never count them out, going 3 rounds deep last year. We'll wait and see what they can do this year. The Rattlers, they were able to go 2 rounds deep last year. So, again, they're looking forward to a great district season. Nothing but great and great young men battling out here tonight. There were very, very, very good teams going at it, and it's unfortunate that one team has to lose, and that's exactly what we got here today. But again, the Eagles coming out victorious by 5.
Takes us to our post-game show, and we appreciate you joining us here, sponsored by Hacienda Ford. Or if you're in the market for a new car or a used car or service to your car out of Edinburgh, Texas, Hacienda Ford. If you see our Real Sports Live van driving down the road, then you know it's also sponsored by one of our title sponsors, Hacienda Ford. On our post-game show, we'll regroup and talk a little bit about the keys to the game, in which I said the Hanna Eagles just needed to find a way to finish the deal and get a win, and that's exactly what they did here. Their defense made some big plays, including some critical interceptions on some drives that it looked like Sharyland was for sure going to put the ball in the end zone. And then we talked about keys to the game on our Hacienda pregame show, that the Sharyland Rattlers needed to keep their team in the game with a position to win it and not let Victor Campos and that offense get on a steamroll and rack up a bunch of points. Well, they can check that off. They did that. They, too, will be looking now to finish the deal, which they were unsuccessful at tonight. My player of the game, my Hacienda Ford He Has It award, I'm going to give it to sophomore Anthony Ambrose, whose pick 6 for 95 yards ended up winning the game for the Hanna Eagles. Any argument there, Evie? You agree?
I agree. And here's the thing. There's so many plays that happen, so many big plays that happen here at in this game. And when you talk about offense, we saw it. When you talk about defense, we saw it. I think you could have also given, each defense the MVP as a whole too.
As a team,
as a team, because of again, going back into it, if you really want to be specific, both teams stepped up on defense, and we knew coming in both teams can score. So that was evident, and we talked about this, before the game. What team can actually stop them? stop their opponent. So again, I agree. Lots and lots of big plays. I hope you guys can go back and sit down and watch the replay of this game in a few minutes when they're able to post it. But again, a lot of big plays here. A lot of kids, giving it their all, and very, very impressed on both sides. Very impressed on both sides.
That's going to do it for our broadcast. Reminding you again, tomorrow night we'll be on the road in Laredo. San Benito fans, you'll get a chance to see your team in action with a live broadcast coming your way. By the way, we do appreciate all the fans that tune in on these audio games. We wish it could have been video for the entire game. Avi Vasquez, any final thoughts?
I'm looking forward to next week already.
All right.
Already, and again, football is king in Texas for a reason, and people love it. We love it, and we just hope to do it justice for the kids and for the fans out there. We just hope to do justice for you all, and we're glad to bring it to you every single week that we can, and we're blessed.
Our Friday night game of the week and next week for System 1, which is this system here you've been listening to, will be at Ed Couch-Elsa. Mercedes Tigers in town to take on the Ed Couch-Elsa Yellow Jackets. Here in this one, the Hanna Eagles with the final win. Get the 22-17 road victory and go to 2-2 on the season. Sharyland Rattlers fall to 2-2. Both teams will regroup from this one. And again, they're gearing up for district play, which is just around the corner. Reminding you the highlights will be up a little bit later on. You can also watch video replays of these games when the coaches allow us to keep them on. Until next time, from Mission, Texas, at Richard Thompson Stadium on a Friday night. Good night.
Good night.